Oh, geez, he comes in here every day. He's not starting a digital marketing business. He's got some health issues. But you know why he stays? He stays for the positivity, for the encouragement. Hey, Vet Charity, good morning. Hey, Four Seasons. And that's why we do what we do, because you never know who you're going to touch, right? He loves to listen, and he will sometimes pop in. I have other beautiful human beings around the world who hop in every single day. So if you have a prayer request, here's how it works, right? Hey, smiles for you. Hey, James, good morning. Queen Lou, Vet Charity, Renee, Butterfly, thank you for those likes. Janet, LD, welcome. Summer, good morning. I have beautiful OGs who come in the room every morning. They go through the transcripts. They look for the prayer requests, and they go off and pray for you. They are from around the world. That is the beautiful thing, because you know what? Everybody is important. I don't want anybody leaving before their time. I do not. Hey, Caesar, good morning. Hey, Canada just joined. Bonnie, good morning. And I have some beautiful friends. They'll hop in. They also have digital marketing businesses. Some of them are getting ready for work. Some of them just hop in to show support. That's how this community works. That's how social media works. It's how it should be, right? Hey, Anthony Chapman. Hey, Beach Life. I have people who listen to me on their way to work. Love that. Hey, Jen and Tina. Good to see you, my friends, again. Berkeley, Linz, Sylvia. I have people who literally, hey, Diana. I have people who literally flip on their TikTok. They go to work and they never even hop in the room. They just listen to me on their way to work. So we do all those things too. So first and foremost, let me know where you're from. I'd love to know where people are from. And if you've never met me before, my name is Lisa, otherwise known as Dr. Livingston in the house. Yes, I have a PhD in organizational leadership. I have been married to my spouse for 25 years, and I think I just got something on my sleeve. Anyway, we've been married 25 years. We have 5 dogs, and I have a human child who is no longer here. Hey, my beautiful friend Tina. And I have a digital marketing business, so I will teach you how to make money online, but we take care of the first and foremost important things, which are you. You're here because I'm blessed. You can be anywhere today. You really can. You can be anywhere today, but you choose to be here. And for that, I am blessed. No, I did not, and I will not. Hey, JT, you know what? Here's the thing. I get probably about 25 sugar daddy messages after I go live every single day. Don't know why that is. It's only here on TT, but every one of them is blocked. Just doesn't happen. Never, ever, ever. Hey, JT, good morning. Good morning. So look, we've been through so much. And honestly, we met a little bit later in our lives, and we'd already been through the relationship drama, honestly. My spouse does drive for a trucking company and is actually at work. Will pop in when available, just like everybody else who's driving to work just listens. And that's kind of how it works. And I'm here all day, every day, hanging out with my 5 dogs. They're all sound asleep at this point. 3 of them got haircuts. It was a long weekend for us. Hey, Tina, good morning. So Saturday was I was not having it. For those of you who were on my live Saturday morning, you know I wasn't feeling the greatest, and got done with the live and canceled the massage appointment, hung out for the day, took the dogs to the groomer at 4 p.m., picked them up nearly at 11:30 at night, and got 3 hours of sleep on Saturday night. So yesterday was kind of that slow motion day. Did the live yesterday morning, and we had a great live yesterday. It was fantastic. And so first and foremost, if you're just hopping in, you've never been here before, welcome to the coffee club. Please, please, please go follow me. I give free tips a lot of the times, and I just want people to feel like they're surviving. Hey, Laura Odell, thank you for that follow. I do that because you know what? Some of you are going through some unimaginable things right now. And I get it. I've been there. I really have been there. Hey, Kay. And some of you have been laid off. You've never been laid off in your life. I did a very long video yesterday, but it has every tip that I can possibly give you if you have ever been laid off. And you will find it in my profile. It is listed as the bathroom message. It went up yesterday. I probably will not pin it. I probably will shorten it at some point and do them smaller videos. But we talked about all the tips of what are you going to do when you're laid off? What are the things? Those were freebies for me. But then behind that, you've got to make a pivot now. Good morning, Christopher Sloan Fraser from Louisiana. It's very nice to meet you. So for those of you who've never followed me before, you're going to hear me talk about a lot of things. I live in Springfield, Illinois, just down the road from the Abraham Lincoln tomb. I think that's a good word I can use on TikTok. Hey, Iowa girl, good morning. And I am originally, so my Iowa girl, I'll give you that. How's that? It says Iowa for all, for those of you who needed to see that. And you know what? You're from Burlington. That is awesome. I am from a little tiny town in north central Iowa. You've probably never heard of it. Maybe you have. It's a little tiny town called Corwith. It is just southwest of Britt, about 12 miles. Otherwise known as West Hancock High School. That is not where I went to high school. And I will always talk about my home state. I live in Illinois. I married my spouse, moved here. That was the thing. You've not heard of it. Tiny town, about 300 people. Let's see. It's between Algona and Britt, or Algona and Clear Lake. How's that? And it's right across Highway 18. Hey, Jenny. Well, Highway 18 intersects with Highway 17. You go, hey, Joy Creator. You go south about 4 miles, and there you are. You went to school in Waverly. Hey, Mama. Good morning and welcome from Waverly. So I know where Waverly's at, and when I was living in Cedar Rapids, I would drive. I would drive through Waverly to go to my parents' house. All right, Christopher, are you the same person that was in here yesterday? Good morning. And I am not a medical doctor. I have just got to tell you that. I do not have resources there. And I think we talked about this yesterday, Christopher. You've heard of Clear Lake, been there. Yep. So Clear Lake, Buddy Holly, Surf Ballroom, you guys know. Hey, Kareen, thank you for that share. Thank you. And if you do know somebody who is laid off, share this on out with them. There's going to be more today. Just saying, there are. And look, don't come for me on the politics. You all know I don't discuss that. Here's the thing. It doesn't matter. My home state had a 16th round of layoffs from John Deere. Just saying. That is ridiculous. And Iowa girl, you can confirm this is just nuts, right? I mean, how many? Yeah. Christopher, I'm going to just tell you, you're going to have to contact your social services in your city. That is the only resource I have. I have not had a chance to talk to my brother-in-law yet. That will probably be later this week. It's hard to reach him because he's off grid. I will do the best I can, and you're welcome to DM me, but the only thing I can tell you is really you're going to have to contact social services. You might even have to contact your local, it's going to have to be social services. That's the best I can do. Or a local hospital for their mental health. That would be the best resource too. They will have free groups there at your local hospitals. And they will have resources that can help you if you reach out to them. Specifically, I would stay with the ones that are spiritually based, Catholic hospitals, Jewish hospitals. They tend to have a lot of free resources. Hey, good morning, Don Mano. I saw you pop in here. Hey, Nana. So we talk about all the things, but here's the thing, right? Last week, John Deere announced they're doing their 16th round of layoffs. Now, here's the thing about that, right? Here is the thing. 16 rounds of layoffs. Hey, good morning, Don. The reason they wanted to move to Mexico for cheap labor. Well, what does that do to the American worker? It puts them in a really precarious position, right? These people build farm equipment. They've got one skill they focus on. And that one skill that they focus on, when they get laid off, what are they going to do now, right? Some of them have been working there 20, 30, 40 years. They're this close to retirement, and now everything is gone. Everything. And honestly, John Deere hasn't said they're moving back. Yeah. Iowa girl, you were terminated after 35 years. Where were you working, Iowa girl? 35 years. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, I spent 12 years in healthcare. I was laid off last year. It's nuts. It's nuts. Hey, Lotus Lady. Good morning. Good morning. Shearer's Foods in Burlington. Is that like a distribution or is it a grocery store? Good morning. Good morning. So, and I do have YT over here. There's nobody in there. If you guys are welcome to follow me on YT too. You can get the replay of this after it goes up. Seriously. So go subscribe to my channel on YT. You'll find it in my profile. You cleave private homes and an Airbnb, Korean things are so expensive. Oh, you are so correct. You made cookies and crackers. Yes, now I know. Thank you. Thank you. I had to remember. Shearer's Foods. It took me a minute. So what are you doing now, Iowa girl? So here's what I do. I help people pivot. We're talking about going from laid off to abundance. That's the topic of today. Hey, Davey Doo. Good morning. Good morning. So share this on out with somebody who you know might be laid off. If you know them, make sure you subscribe to my YT channel. You'll find that link in my profile. You might have to go into my stand store. You're on unemployment. All right. So, and unemployment's not cutting it, right, Iowa girl? Yeah, it ain't cutting it. Hey, Ace Moore. Yeah. Here's the thing, right? And when it happens, you're like, what in the heck, right? So I put up a 62. Yep. No. Oh, yeah. No. Right. You're just this close to retiring. And now you can't. Right. Or you find yourself relegated to going and being the Walmart greeter. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody. You applied for unemployment. Good morning, Faith. Good morning. Good morning. So we are talking about going from laid off to abundance. You applied. I put a video up yesterday. It says the bathroom message. Hey, Coco. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for that. and you applied for Social Security. So you might be able to get Social Security, but it won't be the full benefit. Not at 62. Good morning, Coco. It's 62. It won't be the full thing. That's the kick in the teeth, right? I mean, all right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about what happened, right? And if you're just coming in, you need to know friends. Hey, thank you, Coco, for that. Thank you. Thank you. Look, if you know somebody who's being laid off, I can make a certain amount, though. Okay, so you were on Social Security. I get it. Disability, you can make a certain amount. Okay. What if you made more than that? This is always the question I ask people. I have a beautiful friend in Marion, Iowa. And actually, they say it's better. They say what's better? The benefit for retiring at 62? Very well, maybe. Well, heck, we're paying people who are 230 years old. So what the heck, right? I mean, honest to God's truth, right? I mean, what happens if they return that money? Don't come for me on the politics. Let's just look at the reality of what's going on in the world, right? I mean, here's the thing. I know, right, Coco? I mean, here's the thing, right? Don't come for me on the politics. That's our money. Is our gold still there? That's what I want to know. Is the gold still there? I mean, granted, we're not on the gold standard for heaven's sakes, but it's still our money. It's still our gold for right now. Yeah. Oh, exactly. I want the money back. I paid into it just like everybody else did. You all are paying into it. And I don't care what your age is. Even if you're 22, you're paying into it. Yeah, we're going to find out. You believe it's there? All right. You know what? It might be. Some might be there. I'm not sure what I believe. I want to see it. I want to go. I'm not that far, actually. I could drive there. Oh, goodness, I could drive there. What a hoot. What a hoot. So we're going to talk about all the things. And I even brought my chart out today. So for those of you who've been right to me. Exactly, right, Kareen? Where are you at, Kareen? Good morning. Good morning. So I even got my chart out today. We're going to have training. We're training today. So if you've never sat in on the training session with Dr. Livingston, it's about to get real. Okay. I've done the nice fuzzy wuzzy soothing thing, right? But every single one of us now has to buck up. Upstate New York is freezing. Oh, yeah. It's cold. It's supposed to be 55 degrees here today. Hey, thank you, Coco. I appreciate you. It's supposed to be 55 here today. So I broke out the weirdest colors today, but hey, we're just going to do it. It's still a little chilly. Hey, I know, right? Here's the thing. I saw bugs yesterday. We have been in the deep freeze for like 3 weeks. You guys have seen me every day you see me in a hoodie, and I got like 3 shirts on. I've lost so much weight. I'm so cold right now. And it's 28 right now, Corrine. Oh, I know, right? Well, it's still chilly here, but it's going to warm up today. So the spouse is breaking out the Blackstone today. See, I'm not allowed near the Blackstone. I'm just saying, I'm a great cook. I really am. And I have a potato salad recipe in my profile. You guys can go get it. It's $3. It's the best potato salad you'll ever taste. I'm telling you what. It's my mama's, and it's got a secret ingredient in it. For $3, you can't go wrong. And you get a video plus the recipe card. So, but here's the thing, right? Hey, Bronx girl, thank you for that follow. Thank you. Thank you. So yesterday it warmed up to about 45. And I've been wearing like 3 shirts every day. So a hoodie and like a t-shirt and then a long sleeve t-shirt. And today I just have a short sleeve and this little sweater thing on. But I went outside yesterday and there was a bug in the air. I'm like, how is that possible? Did they not all just like, you know what I mean? Hey, Mir. Hey, Angela. So we're doing the thing. I got the chart out. This is so for those of you who've never met me before, my name is Lisa. I am known as Dr. Livingston in the house. I do have a PhD in organizational leadership. I have spent my entire career in big tech as the trainer. So now you're getting training Lisa today. My friends call me Lisa. You guys are free to call me Lisa. My marketing name, Dr. Livingston in the house. And I just use it. I am the second Dr. Livingston in my family. My uncle was the first. He taught finance and economics at Sacramento State University. I did not follow in his footsteps. Never intended. They told me that, hey, if you're in healthcare, which is my last organization, if you're in healthcare and you want to move up, you got to have an advanced degree. When I started there 12 and a half years ago, almost 13 now, I had a BA, sociology and criminal justice. Long story. Okay. So I did that degree. I got a great job working for a company in Sergeant Bluff, Iowa in telemarketing. They found out I was really good at what I did, teaching people how to do things. Hey, Jesse, thank you for that follow. They promoted me, moved me to Iowa City, where I worked in a call center, and I was the trainer, and I have not looked back. I have been training people in IT and how to do things for my entire career, honestly. Now, I worked my way up very quickly into corporate. It was a company called MCI, remember? Hello, my name is Lisa. I'm calling from MCI. Would you like to add anybody to your friends and family list? Yep. I trained every one of those people, wrote the training for those programs. It then became WorldCom. Remember the WorldCom scandal? And in a heartbeat, I lost my entire retirement, my entire thing. Managed to survive the scandal, still employed. It then became Verizon. I was in the long distance service, not mobile. They didn't need me anymore. So after almost 20 years, they laid me off in 2008. I did a whole piece yesterday. So go find it in my profile. If you're facing a layoff and you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what to do next, you're going to be stunned. It's going to feel like they punched you in the stomach, honestly. And the bottom line is, don't do anything. If it happens today, if it happens tomorrow, don't do a thing. You go home, you take care of you. Do not talk to anybody except for your spouse and your family. Don't talk to your coworkers. Don't get on social media. Don't do a thing. Just don't act out of whatever emotion comes up, because you're going to go through a whole gamut of them. And I talked about all the tips I will give you. So I got another career, and I had a hard time. It was a year before I got a job after that. And the reason being, 2008, financial sucks. The whole financial world was a mess, right? So I spent a year resume after resume after resume, painted my house, did all the things, right? It was miserable. And you feel like you're a failure. Okay. I got a severance at the time. It lasted about 6 months because the economy was bad. And then you're living on unemployment. It doesn't cut it. My spouse was injured at the time. We came this close to losing everything. Been there. Been there. And I want to share that with you because some of you need to hear it. There is victory on the other side. Do not lose yourself in the middle of this. Oh yeah, I was right, ruthless. Back in that day, that was the housing debacle. Oh my gosh. We fought tooth and nail. And it was a long injury for my spouse. It was a cervical thing for the neck. Had to have a neck fusion. It was because of a work injury. And of course, right in the middle, workers' comp didn't want to pay either. So yeah. And there are right now, there are. You're right, Ruthless Valor. You are right. Iowa girl, that's a tough place to be. It's a tough place to be. And it's a long process. And sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. So hang with me, follow me, make sure you guys are following me. That's the first and foremost thing. So if you're ready to change your life, if you think you're going to be laid off, make sure you follow me. I'm here for you. If you don't know what to do next, if you're laid off today when you go to work and you don't know what to do next, you DM me. You DM me. You can find my website here. Just go in there. You heard Blackstone is liquidating the real estate in Texas. Holy buckets. Is that today that they're doing that? Because John Deere's laying off again. You're welcome, Corrine. You guys need to hear it, right? Because you hear all these people out here, right, talking about how they're making money online. But you need to understand that we all have a story, right? Some of you need to hear our story. Now, it took me a whole year, a little over a year to get a job. Every time I went to get a job, they'd be like, you will only work for one company. Did you see how far I moved up? I mean, literally, I went from the person on the phone all the way up. I managed 38 call centers worldwide. I was in charge of product training and new systems training. Go back to a full house. Tribes last longer. Well, yeah, that's a good point. You are right. You are right. But here's the thing, right? So every time I would apply for the job, they'd be like, well, you only had one job. No. I had a lot of jobs. Did you see what I did? I was in senior management. I had an office in DC. Yeah, we're so isolated. We are. So I did some consulting work for about 4.5 years. Landed this job in healthcare. Thought it was my dream job. And it was. But I got there, and in healthcare, if you don't have an MBA or higher, nobody wants to hear a thing you have to say. I went to a meeting. Look, I've been training my whole life since I was 19 years old. Been working since I was 13, right? So I get there, and they were talking about how are we going to get doctors to convert from paper charts. This is how far back that goes. Paper charts to electronic health records, right? And they were talking about all these learning things. And I said, that doesn't work like that. Not in the real world. I don't care who you are. Adults don't learn like that, right? So, of course, I'm saying this in a meeting of like healthcare organizations all over Chicago, St. Louis, the whole thing. You're right, Ruthless. We're going to talk about that as we go. You are absolutely correct. Mine was because this last one I had was because partially of AI. The other part too is they're getting rid of middle management. So I'm sitting in this room, healthcare organizations from all over the Midwest, and they're talking about how to get doctors to learn this and how to get nurses to learn that. And I said, that's not realistic. People don't learn like that. Not adults. Adults don't learn like that. Nobody wanted to hear a word I had to say. So I walked back to my my system director and I said, what was that? And she looked me square in the eye. She said, you only have a BA. I said, what in the world does that mean? I said, I got 25 years experience on everybody sitting in that room. A proven experience. Doesn't matter. In healthcare, they don't honor you unless you have a degree. I was like, oh, for the love of God. So I went back to school. And you know what I did? In the middle of it, my mom was in a position. My father had passed away during the WorldCom scandal of all things. She was living in an apartment near my sister. We had to move her there. She couldn't afford her medication. She couldn't afford her rent. And she couldn't afford food. Because whatever life insurance money she had and my father's Social Security benefits wasn't enough. And a lot of you are out there like that now, and you're figuring it out. Didn't keep up with inflation. I had to move her here with me. I took care of her and did grad school and held down a full-time job. It was awful. And her health declined. So that's kind of how that went. After I finished my master's, I took 2 weeks off. Now, here's the best part. You guys will get a kick out of this, right? So I get my master's. I'm doing it as an online course at the University of St. Francis in Joliet, Illinois. My faculty advisor, hey, Jaron. Jer runs Spear. I hope I got it right. So I enroll at the University of St. Francis in Joliet. My faculty advisor was a former coworker I had at MCI. We were co-trainers together. Best time I had. He and I made an agreement. We went on and got our doctorates together. I went to one university online. He went to another. They force you in a position that is impossible, and you have to prove them wrong. Then you're on the list. Oh, yeah, exactly right. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, my friend. I thank you. Thank you. Hey, Eugene, I'm a survivor. I saw you sneak in here. So that's how it worked out. That's how I became Dr. Livingston number 2. Honestly, I never intended it. Now, my uncle, before he passed away, he was my father's older brother. My dad was the youngest of 3. And I grew up in a farm. So I don't bullshit anything. I really don't. I don't have time, because on a farm, hey, Wild Kingdom, on a farm, you make one wrong move, it's your life or a limb. And we'll talk about that. I've talked about that a lot. So for those of you who are following me, if you're not following me, make sure you do now. I'm going to give you all the free things. Hey, thank you, Eugene. I appreciate you. You work on a horse farm, Ruthless Valor. You know, right? Hey, thank you all for those follows. I appreciate you. Let me finish this up. All right. We are set for Monday. We are. All right. Let me get this out of the way. All right. So we'll move to the next thing. Hey, Brenda. So we do the things, right? I'm going to give you all the free tips I have. If you're facing a layoff, if you're unemployed, whatever the case may be, right? You're just struggling financially. I give you all the free stuff. And then I'm going to teach you how to make money online, honestly, because you're going to have to pivot. We're in a place now where a traditional 9-to-5 isn't going to work, is not going to work. I saw a job posting this morning from a former coworker of mine at MCI. He's working for a credit card company, and I'll just leave it at that. And they were looking for somebody. Holy buckets! I read the description. They wanted a PhD. I was like, a PhD for like a middle management position that wasn't going to pay more than roughly $140,000 a year. Really? Honestly? Hey, Janice, thank you for that follow. Thank you, Julianne. I appreciate all the follows. If you are not, you can get the replay of this live this morning. It will go up on my YT channel. So you are welcome to go subscribe to my YT channel. It is in my profile. You'll see it in my stand store. Hey, Lori Ox, good morning. Thank you for that follow. I'm going to give you all the free tips. I will give you everything that you need in order to get through a layoff. But you've got to pivot, and we're going to do training today. I've talked about the fuzzy wuzzies, all the things, right? I will lift you up as much as I possibly can. If you're on the floor crying, I will sit here and cry with you. I have been on my knees, seriously, and I will pray for you. If you need prayer, please put that in the comments. Please, please, please engage. Smash that like button, share this on out, do all the things. Because if you're looking to make money now and you're trying to stay, hey, thank you, Cash. If you're trying to stay out of going back to a 9-to-5, sometimes these return to office mandates are insane. They are insane. You went home and you were working. Yeah, you cannot take longer than a week before you got something, because some people are just already paycheck to paycheck, right? That layoff comes. Hey, Cash, sleep well, my friend. When that layoff comes, you're stunned. And if you're not going to get a severance, holy buckets, going straight to unemployment is a nightmare. And you can make one wrong click on an unemployment form, and all of a sudden you're going, where in the heck is my deposit, right? It's not happening. I did that too one time. You're calling them and they're like, well, you clicked the wrong. Well, it was wrong. Anyway, so I'll give you all of my free tips on all of those things, because you know what? That's just service. I gotta help you. And that's my heart, right? I mean, I feel I've lived it. I've lived it. So when I got laid off last August, I kind of knew it was coming. Part of it was because my team needed advanced AI. They didn't want to pay the training. I'd asked for the training. Hey, Brian, they didn't want to pay for the training. I had a team of developers underneath me, and I had asked for 3 years for that training because they wanted to move that direction, but they wouldn't let us go. So instead, they went and got a contractor, laid my team off. I was in middle management. Hey, Jaron Spear, thank you. I was in middle management at the time. I had worked my way up, although it had nothing to do with my PhD, let me tell you. That was just sheer merit and work, hard work. And I had a great boss. I had a phenomenal boss who got laid off a year before me. Now, here's the thing, right? When they laid me off, they got rid of all the middle managers. There were people who were like inches away from retiring after 40 years in that system, and they were gone. They were gone. It wasn't even an option to retire, right? That was the thing. It wasn't an early retirement. It's just you're out. So look, so many of you are facing that right now. I want to help you. So hang with me. We're going to get to it. This is a little longer live. Bear with me. We'll get to the things. I know a lot of you are probably getting ready for work. Just keep me on. Just don't text. Don't type in the screen while you're driving. You know I have a thing about that. So I looked for all the ways to pivot. I also knew that the return to office mandates were going to be bad. We were already seeing evidence of that at Amazon, FedEx, all the things, right? They were forcing all those people that went home during the C event, and I was working remote at the time too, all went home during the C event. Now, here's the thing. Are there some slackers out there? Yeah, there are. There's a few. And they give it a bad name, right? You got to ignore that. The thing about people who went remote, we were more productive. We didn't have a commute. I got something in my glasses. Goodness. We didn't have a commute. We didn't have, goodness gracious. So because we're not commuting, we're putting in more time, right? Hey, Dorito Man, we're putting in more time. And I just realized I'm broadcasting on YouTube. You guys are going to get a kick out of this. So Jet always sits here with me. We got the toys. We'll move those out of camera view for now. Oh, you got to love it. So if you guys are watching the rebroadcast, you'll get a kick out of it. Anyway, so here's the thing. I know, right? Hey, it's the first one I've broadcast live on YT. It's the second one. So when you guys watch the replay, you'll get a kick out of it. You're trying to get that thing beat up. Well, no. No. And I don't do that. So we keep it positive. But there's also this like crinkly piece of pizza too. She loves the crinkle. Oh, she's awake now, so she'll probably come over. Hey, good morning. So look, we worked longer hours because we could get up, do the thing, and walk right into the office in our home, right? And then we work longer in the day. Well, my days went from literally 8 hours to 12. That's how quick that went. And they got more work out of me. But I'm telling you what, I was exhausted. So when I got laid off, I was like, holy buckets, I get to sleep. Don't do it. Don't do it. If you get laid off, you keep getting up at the same time every day. Oh, all right, Jaron Spear. Come here, Jetty. You want over here? Come here. I got Lammy. She'll come over here in a minute. Come on, come get Lammy. Oh, she's sound asleep. We'll get her here in a minute. She'll come over. She'll come over. She'll come in her time. Where's your, oh, I got ball. See if I get the ball out. Oh, yeah, here we go. Yep, we got the ball. So she got a groom. She's looking much better. Yeah, so this is Jet. All right, you want your ball? Yeah, you go over here. All right, there she is. She's going to go back to sleep. She's still kind of reeling from the groom. So I know, get to it, Lisa. Here's the thing. If you're laid off, if you're going to be laid off, do not do anything today. Be careful what you put on social media. Do not burn bridges. The internet's forever. Just saying. Okay? So whatever you feel, just do not voice it online, please, because they will look at your social media, even in the next job. If you're really hell bent on going to the next job, I honestly was not, right? So take today. If you're going to be laid off today, and I put it in that video I put up yesterday, I gave you all the tips yesterday. That was a freebie on me. And then look, if you're looking for another way and you just don't want to do it anymore, I get it. And some of you got laid off and you're thinking, what in the heck am I going to do now? I had one skill. I can't get another job anywhere. Waitressing jobs or food and beverage jobs are going by the wayside because we got robots now. And my Iowa girl, you know that, they're in Davenport. I heard from a friend of mine who's in Keokuk. Hey, Virginia, thank you for that follow. Thank you. Thank you. I'll get the cheers. I want to be careful because I am broadcasting on YouTube today, so I don't want to be too much of a distraction. So we're going to go through the training session today. You're getting Lisa, the trainer, today. And my friends call me Lisa. Please call me Lisa. I use this for marketing. It's great for marketing. And the reason it went from just Dr. Livingston, I presume, to Dr. Livingston in the house was the person I started my digital marketing business with, I would get in his live events and he'd say, Dr. Livingston in the house. And so I flipped it. I'm from Iowa. I live in Springfield, Illinois, Steph. But I do have my Iowa shirt on. It says Iowa versus all. Yeah, you guys call me Lisa. But you'll see me online as Dr. Livingston in the house. It's great for marketing. It works well, right? Hey, welcome from Burlington. I am from North Central Iowa. I grew up west of Clear Lake. How's that? West of Mason City. My parents lived in Mason City after my father retired from farming in a little tiny town called Corwith. So let me give you reference. There was a police officer who was unalived last year near Algona. His hometown was my hometown. He's the son of a gentleman I went to high school with. He went to make an inquiry and someone used a pew. Yeah. He was from my hometown. Very wonderful young man. His grandfather passed away over the weekend. My brother lives in Illinois, just short north of Chicago. Hey, that's awesome. I don't go to Chicago much anymore. It was very sad. It was very sad. And his grandfather was my father's age. A little bit younger. So we moved my parents from Corwith to Mason City. My father passed away there. Then we moved my mother to Marion, where she lived near my sister for a while. I moved her here and cared for her for a few years. Then I had to move her back to Iowa before she passed. Hey, Christian, Christian RN, welcome from Cedar Rapids. So where are you living now? Good morning. So you're going to get the best of trainer Lisa. This is what I've been doing since I was 19 years old. And I want to walk you through the things because right now living in Boston. Oh, that's a drastic difference there. I'm sorry. Yes, I am, Janice. I am. So you've never met anyone on here from around me. Oh, that's awesome. Well, I'm glad to meet you. Make sure you guys are following me. So here's what I did after I got laid off. I came in here and I just did a search. I was just looking for dog videos. This is not about sales. This is about attraction marketing. Digital marketing is attraction marketing. The only thing I do here is advertise online. And I go live and I answer questions and I explain what it is. Because a lot of people are finding it for the very first time. I never found it. I saw people selling sweatshirts on the TikTok shop, right? That's also attraction marketing. Okay? Same thing. You buy from who you know, like, and trust. That's the whole point of this, right? If they had a really crazy hook on the product that you were looking at, whether it's a sweatshirt, whether it's this silly sweater that I bought online on TikTok, mind you, the whole point of that is that you bought from that person because there was something they said that attracted you. It might have been part of the product. They highlighted something about the product, right? Or it might have been their experience, their life. When I first found the first person that was talking about how she started a digital marketing business, absolutely, yep. When she started her digital marketing business, she said she started her business. She was $70,000 in credit card debt. Her and her husband were too poor to retire, and they wanted to travel the country in an RV. I looked at her and I was like, okay, she said she started her business in less than 6 months. She made 6 figures. She paid off all of her debt and they were traveling, bought a brand new pickup truck and an RV, and they were traveling the country. And I looked at that lady, who was just a few years older than me, by the way, and I thought, is this a scam? And I kept scrolling. That was my first thought. Because I was like, 6 figures in 6 months? Who does that, right? I mean, some of you have seen those people, right? Now, I'm not going to, here's what I'm going to say. I just kept scrolling. I just got laid off, right? It was literally minutes after I got laid off. I came in here, sat down. I was looking for Tatum Talks. You know the dog, right? The talking dog. And if you don't understand, that's also attraction marketing. We'll talk about it. Now, next person I saw, guy, hair out to here. He says, after 25 years of helping Best Buy create 300 retail stores, missing every holiday with my kids, missing baseball games for my boys and my daughters, right? Missing all these events. After 25 years, they walked in and said, have a nice life. And he was pissed. Who do you think I bought from? Yeah, the guy with the hair. Why? I had just gotten laid off. He said he started his business. He didn't make money for 4 months because he didn't do anything with it. He said he kicked it in. Now he's working on his second $500,000. Hey. No, stop. Athena, no. Sorry. Hey, no, stop. Lay down. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Hey, so that's who I purchased from, right? So what he said to me was, what he said on the live, it was in a live. Hey, stop. And it was in a piece of content. He said, follow me first. Second, get on my mailing list. 2 ways to do that, okay? You can take a screen picture. You can take a screen grab of this right here. It says Money Freedom with Dr. Livingston. Put the .com behind it, okay? Go in, enter your email address, hit the button. It's going to send you an email over, okay? It has a video in it. Just watch the video. If it's for you, great. If it's not, Athena, stop. If it's not for you, hey, Trina, if it's not for you, unsubscribe. It's that simple. And that's what I did. That's what I did. Now, I watched every piece of content that he had. I got in his lives for a week. The following week, my spouse was on vacation. Hey, Trina, thank you. The following week, my spouse was on vacation, so I didn't think anything about it, but I still kept seeing it in my scroll time because I had flipped my algorithm from watching Tatum Talks and Stella the dog and all the things, right? Slim Sherry, Nick Harrison, Kelly Mano, all dad bod veteran. You know what I was watching, right? That, and it was lovely, and I still watch them, and they're still in my profile, right? But here's the thing. The minute that I said, how do people make money online? Because I saw people selling this stuff, right? I didn't know how they did it. I had no idea. I was using my scroll time just as stress relief. That's what I was using it for. When I would get off of a 12-hour workday, I would make dinner for my family. I would come in, I would collapse on the couch. After feeding 5 dogs, feeding my spouse, doing laundry, vacuuming for what little I could get done after a 12-hour workday, right? Collapse on the couch, scroll for about an hour, and then I was going to bed. That was my life. And I was miserable, and I was stressed, and I was being bullied by one person in that workplace. I know you've all been there, right? I know you have. But here's the thing. It can change. It can totally change. This totally changed my life. I will never go back to another 9 to 5, right, Trina? Exactly. I will never go back to another 9 to 5, right? So the easiest way, you can do a screen grab. It's Money Freedom with drlivingston.com. You can go to my TikTok profile here. For my YT, when I put this up, I'll put the link in the description, okay? Go in, follow me. Follow me on TikTok. This is where I do most of my advertising. I will also broadcast this on YT, and I do put content there in shorts as well, right? You can get the full replay of this live. If you need to come back to it, it will be on my YT channel. You'll find that link in my profile, okay? Go to my stand store. At the top, you will see Legacy Builders. It's the same concept. When you click on that stand store, When you go to the legacy builders, hit the button and you enter your email in. It's the same thing. It's going to send you an email over with a video. When you put your email in, you get the video. You watch the video. If it's for you, fine. If it's not, unsubscribe. You can start your business right then and there. Now I'm going to pull the chart up. We're going to have training session. Okay. I don't sugarcoat things. I do not bullshit. I'm a farm girl. I have shoveled more horse manure and chicken poop out of a coop than anybody would care to realize, right? On a farm, when you make one wrong move, it is your life or it is a limb. And my father lost a limb. It was the middle one. Okay. We'll talk about it. Funny story. But I want to get there because I got people who are listening and we're here for a couple of hours. So you just fell in. Thank you. Well, look, I just don't. You guys deserve better than that, right? Nobody wants to get this schmoozy used car garbage. And I just don't have time for that. The guy says to me, he's pissed off that he gets laid off. Well, you know what? I sort of was too. I had a bully. Okay. Short man, big pickup truck. You know the concept, right? And he targeted me at every turn, and it was to sabotage your career. And if you're living that, that's a whole nother world of hell. I'm just going to say it, and you don't deserve it. But you spend your life, you spend your workday walking on eggshells, trying to cover your butt, right? That's the God's honest truth. And nobody deserves that. Now, when I started my business, I didn't even talk to the guy. That's how it was. I started my business. I just went and hit the button. I got a severance at the time. Now, I made a one-time investment. I will never make it again. Okay? Let me tell you how that worked. Now, I know some of you are going to be laid off. Some of you will get severance. Use your severance and learn new skills. Okay? You're going to learn things. Not God's honest truth. There's 3 things that you need to be successful right here. I don't care what you're doing here. I don't care if you're doing affiliate marketing. I don't care if you're doing master resale rights. I don't care if you're doing the TikTok shop, although I am in the TikTok shop and I don't sell anything, and I'll explain that. I can, I just don't. Because I wouldn't make enough money there, right? I'm replacing an income. If you're laid off, if you're going to be laid off, you got to replace an income. And you're going to play like hell finding a job right now. AI is kicking out every resume under the sun. If you don't have the exact keywords in your resume, every company can change it on a dime for every single job. Even if the jobs look the same, every job will be different. Every keyword will be different. And if you don't know what those are, AI, it's going to bump against AI and it's going to throw it out. And there's not going to be one human being that's going to see it. It's going to go to a deleted folder. That's how that works. Trust me. And not only that, most of the companies that are doing payroll and recruiting, like companies like Workday just laid off 1,700 people because they hadn't realized their AI investment. So what did they do? They laid the people off for AI. If you don't understand what's happening right now, you got to wake up. You got to wake up and you got to make a change. Now, here's the thing. Today alone, there will be Janice, Athena, stop. All right, how did you go in, Janice? The easiest way to do it would be go to my profile, go to my stand store, and then click that button. Hey, Gioline, if you didn't type it in exactly, and sometimes you have to put the HTTPS, www.moneyfreedomwithdrlivingston.com. You're very welcome. Yeah, I want to clarify that because sometimes you can actually type something in. Don't go to the email link in TikTok because TikTok has a typo in it and it won't go the right way. I have said from day one that AIs. Yes, you are correct, Trina. And that's exactly what we're seeing. We're seeing that in every industry, Amazon, UPS, FedEx, all of them. They're all experiencing it right now. Okay. And you have some inept CEOs who really have their sights set on money. And when they realize they screwed up in certain places, now they're playing catch up. And that's exactly what we're seeing. Okay. Don't come for me on what's going on in the government. It doesn't matter. Those are still human beings. They're still people who have families, who have children, who have spouses, who have parents that they're caring for. We still have to help them. I don't care what your politics are. Okay. So let me get that out of the way first and foremost. And you're out of a job because of it. Exactly. So now what you're going to do is you're going to pivot, right? So the title of today's live, From Layoff to Abundance. So let me talk about that. And you're right, Jaron Spear. You're right. They have it going through everything. You're very, very welcome, Janice. It only gives me so much space to put that here. So I should have clarified that. Thank you for clarifying for me. I got severance. I made a one-time investment. My investment, $929. Let me explain. Okay. So here comes the chart. Bear with me. And I got to flip my camera around. Let me mirror it. All right. Got it. We're going to do this so you guys can see it. Can you guys see it now? All right. So we're going to do the thing. I'm going to sit back a little bit. All right. Here's what happened. I paid $900. Oh, wait. Let me get it to the right place. It's hard for me to see because I know I've got the, oh, dang. All right. So I paid $900. It gave me 4 streams of income. This is what they look like. Okay. That is how I started my business. I got these others when I paid the $900. Okay. Now I paid a one-time $29 website fee. If you guys need to take a screen capture of this, you can, or you can go to my YT replay and you can pick it up later today. Okay. It'll be up there. Okay. Now, oh, God dang. See, I'm not really good at this part because this is a weird setup. I'll be changing it here in a minute. All right. Now, oh, gosh, dang it. So, yeah, Lisa's not really good at this part of the training part because welcome to social media. Now, I had 900. Grandma Squirrel, thank you. I had 900. I got a severance. I knew if I did not act when I had the money, I would not do it. I had to commit myself. I know me. Okay. You all know yourself better than I know you. I know how I am. I failed at every MLM. I bailed on every single one of them. Okay. This is not an MLM. Okay. I don't even talk to people. Now, you can get in on a payment plan. Okay. If you're going, Lisa, I don't have the 900. That's fine. I have a payment plan of 58 or 77. You take your pick. When you get your first sale out of the way, you take that money from the first sale, you pay off the payment plan. You're at 100% profit. Okay. One-time $29 website fee. Okay. So let me do this. You guys got that? Okay. I'll put this back here a little bit. Oh gosh, dang it. See, this is the training weird part because the mirroring is totally throwing me off. Okay. So 100% profit. Okay. Everything that you make in your business doesn't go to anybody but you. I don't see it. I don't get any of that. Only you get it. Nobody below you either. Okay. We're going to talk about this in a minute. Okay. So I'm going to put that down because that's where we're at. Now, this is about attraction marketing. Oh, there you go. Keep it back from the camera. Thank you. Well, I'm going to change the setup here. See, I didn't do things from my office in my house. I wasn't totally set up there. I like the comfort here. I got the dogs here. So we're going to do the things. So I got those 4 streams of income, 900, 600, 300, 100. My website right here, I mirrored now. See, I flipped my camera around. My website works 24/7. My website is worldwide. I have customers all over the world. I do not know when people get in, they can go to my content. Anytime I put a video up, whether it's YT, FB, IG, Threads, Flip, whatever it is, right? They can go to that content and they can do the thing, right? They go in, they look at my profile, they go to my links, they do all those things, right? That's how that works. I sometimes never even see people here. Excuse me. I'm going to flip my camera back for a minute, okay? And we'll do it the other way. Now, because it's easier, I'm going to point the things and it's going to be looking weird. So I have had people who have never even gotten in my live called me after a live and said, start my business today. Who are you? I've been listening to you for weeks. See, people put their TikTok on and they listen to lives while they drive to work. He'd been listening to me for weeks and he said, I got to change my life. There's things that are going to get serious here. And I said, okay. He asked me 2 questions on the phone. 2 minutes later, My phone reads sale, $900. That's how that works. Sometimes I don't even talk to people. Sometimes I don't even know who they are. Can they go in and buy any of those 4 streams? Absolutely, they can. Yep. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. I want you in at the 900. Why? Because that's my most popular product. Can anybody worldwide buy a $100 product? Yep, they can. And believe me, I'm going to be on an email to that person going, we need to talk because I want you to be successful. That's just who I am. Why would I do that? See, here's the thing, right? You get in, you learn new skills. Hey, Amber, you get in, you learn new skills. You have a blessed day, my friend. If you're offering a $100 product and somebody over here is offering 900, is that going to work? No, not in the business world, right? It just doesn't. I even buy yarn like that. I like to crochet, right? So, oh yeah, well, I agree. I agree, my friend. Totally. But here's the thing. I want you to be successful. Now, you can upgrade. If you come in at the 100, you can upgrade. But you got to do it every 30 days. Every time you do that, you're paying the $29 website fee again. That I don't want you doing that. That to me is not good sound. It's possible, and people have had to do that, right? People are struggling. If they got the 300, they start at the 300. There are some people, when they started, there was only 3 streams of income at the time, and they stayed. They didn't upgrade, and they offer 600, and they make it work for their perfect customers. We're going to talk about that, okay? Now, well, Lisa, how come you don't talk to people? Well, I don't because, let me flip my camera back for everybody here. Let me mirror it. All right, so we're going to put this back, okay? Let me get my off. All right, see this right here? This does all the selling and telling. When I told you to go to my, well, yeah, you get the idea. When I told you to go to my website, right? I said, enter your email in. You're going to enter your email in right there. It's going to send you this email with the video. It does all of the, God dang it. I'll get this down. It does all the selling and telling. It doesn't, I'll just do it this way. It does all the selling and telling, right? If you didn't act, it gives you more information in the next email. It just keeps going, right? This is the freedom machine. This is why I don't talk to people. We know, see that thing right there? Oh, we'll get it. Thank you, guys. 1 out of every 20 people who hit that freedom machine, who hit my system, I know 1 out of every 20 people buy. That's it. That's the key right there. 1 out of every 20 people buy. That's a pretty dang successful rate, right? Used car salespeople don't even get that. They'll get they might get 1 out of every 50 for whatever reason, right? So 1 out of every 20 people that hit my system will buy. That's how that works. People buy from who they know, like, and trust. They need to hear your story. You guys heard my story this morning. You can go to my profile. You can hear my story. I will intermingle it. I don't tell it every single day. That's boring. Nobody wants to hear how many times I was laid off. You find it intermingled, right? I don't put that in every single video. The other reason is when they know, like, and trust you, right? And they followed you for a while. They start seeing the trends. They start seeing your story come more and more. I don't talk about the bully all the time. Yeah, please do. Yeah, exactly. I don't talk about the bully every time. It's not important. He's a short little man. He's got problems here, right? That's his problem, not mine. But there's somebody who needed to hear that I was bullied. Do I share that every video? No, because there's other things that go on in my life, right? People buy from who they know, like, and trust. I love the lady. She's a friend of mine, right? She's got a great business. Her perfect customers are people who didn't have enough to retire. I'm not in the position to retire. I'm 59 years old, right? I had just got laid off. That wasn't where my head was at. My head was the fact that I was laid off. So who did I buy from? The guy who got laid off, right? Am I everybody's cup of tea? No, and I don't expect to be. That's the beauty of this. right? So I'm just going to say, look, you get 4 streams of income, but here's the best part. You're going to go to my profile, right? If you're not following me, follow me. We have fun too. I do fun things. You're going to see you get these 4 streams of income. You earn 100% profit. You're learning new skills on attraction marketing. You get mindset training. Okay. Sometimes you feel a little beat up after you got out of a 9 to 5. Quite honestly, if you were in a toxic workplace, dear Lord, it's hard not to be negative. You got to fight that thing. We're going to teach you to convert your mindset. We do mindset training all the time. I have a whole section on mindset training. If you don't know who Laura St. John is, Laura St. John comes and she gives classes right in our community. Okay. You're embraced by a community of 50,000 people worldwide. I have friends in Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, the UK, Scotland, Ireland, Canada, American Samoa, Hawaii, almost every state in the country. I have a beautiful friend. She may just jump in here this morning. She is from Australia. It is the best community. You are right. You are right, Beth. Her name is Jasmine. She may hop in here. I shared it with her. She's getting ready to go to bed. She'll hop in. She'll help me promote my business. When I get ready to go to bed at night, I hop into her live. That's how it works. That's how it works. And when you're in a community that wants to see you successful, you become a better person. See, you can take this laid off situation, whatever you're facing. Now I'm getting hot. So I'm going to take this sweater off here in a minute. You can take this laid off situation and you can turn it into a life of abundance. I only spend 2 to 3 hours doing what I do during the day. I go live. Now, for me, it's about 3 to 3.5. I go live for 2 hours every day. Why? Because when you're stressed about money, when you're worried about being laid off, if you've been laid off, what are you doing? You're not sleeping. You're scrolling, right? What did I do when I was stressed about work? I scrolled, right? So you're up. I'm up anyway because my spouse has to be at work by 3 a.m. to be on the road driving a semi. I'm going to take this off. Driving a semi by 3:30 in the morning. My spouse will hop into this live and listen to it while driving. Okay. Can do that with hands-free. That's the beauty of this, right? And then when I get off this live, I'm going to answer all the DMs and emails that you guys send me from this live, right? I'm going to answer all of those. I'm going to respond to those questions. I'll field whatever phone calls there are. And then I will create 3 to 5 pieces of content. That content I will post across social media. They're just 3 to 5 videos that you see right in my profile. That's how that works. Okay. Now, at the end of that, I'm free to spend the rest of the day with my dogs. I'm free to spend the rest of the day like laundry, managing my house, cooking dinner. Although the spouse is cooking on the Blackstone, does not let me near the Blackstone. I'm a great cook, but that's my spouse's passion, right? I'll probably maybe go even out and rake the leaves that I didn't do in the fall. That's my day. That's my day. What wouldn't you give for more time for your kids? What wouldn't you give for more time with going out and having lunch with friends? See, I'm contacting my old boss, the one I really loved, who got laid off a year before me. I'll contact her and say, hey, we need to go have breakfast one day. So one day I'm going to do the live and then we're going to go to breakfast. And I'll have a great time with her. We'll sit for a couple of hours and we'll chat. And then we'll do our thing. Hey, beautiful queen, thank you for that follow. That's what I'm going to be doing. That's my life. It's a hell of a lot better dealing with the little short bully at work who wanted to sabotage my job, right? Who kept trying to trip me up and copying all of the people in the C-suite on an email. And the unfortunate part was he thought he was catching me at something and he didn't know how to manage the application that he was trying to do something in. So then, of course, I have to professionally respond and say, well, you went from this page to this page, but you really should have been using this page. Thank you, Mason Davis. I appreciate you, right? Well, then I'm having to professionally put it on email. Well, now he's pissed because he looked like an ass, right? Y'all been there. I know you have, right? Debbie Zerano, I don't know why you keep doing that. So I'm going to ask you not to do it or I'm going to block you. I don't know. You do that every day. I don't get it. So thank you. So here's the thing, right? You're just within a small reach. Now, do you have the 900? Great. Start. Do you not have it? That's fine. That's fine. Start with 58 or 77. I have monthly payment plans. You get the first sale out of the way. You're at 100% profit mode. Pay off the payment plan and you're flying. You learn new skills. You make this work. You make it work. Do you want more time with your kids? How many baseball games have you missed because your 9 to 5 kept you there? Let's just be honest. Now, let me be your hope dealer today. That would be what my mentor would say. Now, we're going to get the training from me, right? I'm going to train you on all the things. I'm looking for the serious people. You don't need to. I really needed to get more involved. Sharon Spear, you're on SSI, unable to work like a real man. It doesn't matter. I have a person on my team who lost their lower leg last year on SSI. And you know what she said to me? SSI is like being in poverty. It is. Honestly, that's exactly what it is. You're making a decision. What are you eating for food? Cheap shit, right? Honestly. And I use sentence enhancers. I try not to, but I try to be as professional as possible. Number 2, your medication, even if you're getting help, is still expensive. And you're probably not able to keep up with other bills, right? It just keeps you at the poverty level or below. So I said to her, I said, you can't work, you can't stand, you're learning how to operate your new prosthesis, right? She said, yeah. I said, you have a decision to make. You get in, you learn new skills. You don't need to stand. You don't need to dance on video. Do I? No. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't, right? It just depends on what's going on. But the only thing that disability means is that you can't stand for 8 hours a day or 10 hours a day or 12, or you can't sit for long periods of time, or you need special accommodation because of maybe you have IBD, right? Maybe you need those special accommodations, right? So here's the thing. Learn new skills. You're only investing 2 hours of your time. She's going to do it right from her chair. She's going to do it as she's doing physical therapy. Wherever she's at, she can do it in a car. If you're still able to drive, wherever, it doesn't matter. Nobody's judging you, right? That's the thing. Most people don't start because they think people are judging them. But the honest to God's truth is somebody needs to hear your story. So she gets in, she's learning the skills, she's setting things up. There's somebody out there on SSI who needs to hear her. So I said to her, what if you were more successful? We're teaching people how to make 6 figures in 4 months. Where do you want to be? And she said, if I'm really successful, then I don't need the SSI. I said, yeah, your SSI is not your worth. Do you understand that? Let me repeat that again. Your SSI is not your worth. You're worth far more than that. So what if they took it away? If you were making 6 figures, hey, hi from Thailand, and I'll just say life is awesome. I can't use that word, but it is awesome. Your worth is more than what the government tells you it is. It's worth more than what any workplace says it is. That's the God's honest truth. God's honest truth. So you got a decision to make. Start with the monthly fee, the one-time $29 website fee. Now, I did pay roughly about $25 to GoDaddy to give me this website, which is, I may change at some point. Gave me that website name, and it gave me a professional email. I'll renew that fee with GoDaddy in September. Okay? By then, that will be no object. Now, for those of you who are starting your business, if you start today, I want you at the 900. That's our most popular product. That's what everybody's buying, right? Today alone, just in social media, $1.5 trillion will be exchanged. If you follow Gary Vaynerchuk, he will say, if you're not making money in social media right here on TikTok, you're going to be broke. 2 weeks ago, he did a live, just like we're doing right here. He sold $40,000 worth of t-shirts in 2 hours. 2 hours. Now, you got 4 streams of income. You get 100% profit, right? Well, do you stop there? No. Millionaires have at least 7. Why else do you think that Kevin O'Leary was so enamored and making sure that TikTok stayed afloat? Couple of reasons. He's got multiple streams of income. Every one of his businesses is in social media. He didn't want to see it go down. That impacts his business. He also knows what it's worth. We went from saying it's worth $1.5 billion a day, right? Just in social media all over. Now, we've seen people offer TikTok, what, 42 billion? I think the latest I saw was 44 last week. I don't remember who that was. We saw Mr. Beast make an offer. We saw Kevin O'Leary make an offer. We saw somebody else make an offer. There was another one last week, right? The algorithm is gold. But all of them are. You just have to learn how to manage them, okay? We teach you that. We teach you how to get your content out. There's a reason. I started my business. I launched in October. There's a reason I have 80, what am I at? 8,000 some followers. You grow it organically. I started with 0. I had no following. Nobody knew who I was. Good morning. I have a digital marketing business, Frank, so hang with me for a minute. Get on my mailing list, go to my profile, click the item that says Stand Store, and then, hey, Josh, there's my buddy Josh. Josh has a business. Josh, we need to get together today about starting your community if you're ready to go. This is the last week before everything launches. You want in on the action. So I'll be available later. So there's a reason you grow your following from 0. We all did, every single one of us. I had the beautiful pleasure yesterday. You all got this great treasure. She may jump in this morning too. She's usually on very early. Here's the thing. I have a beautiful friend. She's made $300,000 in 15 months. She lives in a double wide trailer in West Virginia, and she laughs about it. She's got a beautiful ministry. She's got a beautiful following. She's got a beautiful business. Okay. When she started this, she had tried every way to make money online that possible and failed at every single one of them. Found this, got started. She hasn't looked back. Now, she and her husband were both putting in 12 and 14-hour days. Just recently, in the last 2 months, both her and her husband were able to quit both their jobs because of what she does here. Yes, she loves that double wide trailer. But here's the thing. She hopped in the live yesterday. This is how we support one another. When you have a 6-figure income earner who's hopping into your live and saying, look, listen to what she's saying. She's speaking truth here. So you own 3 businesses, none in social media, but I make very good enough. I paid 16 plus last quarter. That's awesome. That's awesome. You can expand it, add some social media to it. You could make money. Hey, user 374. Here's the thing. I got those 4 streams of income. If you go to my profile, I have additional streams of income there. Do you see them? One's pretty simple. It's a $3 potato salad recipe. For those of you who followed me for any period of time, you know I have talked about the person. Hey, Ken, I've talked about the person 2 years ago who had this $3 cookie recipe. She took that cookie recipe, she put it in her profile, she sold it. At the end of 2024, that $3 cookie recipe, good morning, Sandra, that $3 cookie recipe generated her $250,000. You don't understand how close you are, right? A lot of you have that. I sat here on the live yesterday. We talked about it. Somebody went, holy crap. I'll keep track of the earnings on that $3 cookie recipe or that $3 potato recipe in my profile. $3. What's going to cost you? $3? It's got a secret ingredient in it. It's my mother's special recipe. Hey, Melissa, thank you for the follow. That's what we're teaching people. Understand, there's also another stream of income in there. I have a coaching for new beginners, for people who are not on my team, who are new beginners. How can you attach recipes and sell them? See, Carolyn, When you have this business, then you have all the tools, right, to be able to do that. And we teach you the skills of attraction marketing. Now, I've only put one piece of content out there and I talk about it on the live. I'll put more pieces out there, but we teach you the skills to market that, right? And then you do those things. It's just an additional stream. I got these first four that I make 100% profit on. That's my biggest selling thing. But this is a side thing. Well, what if it generates me $500,000, right? See, word of mouth goes too, right? You share these things out. You guys share the lives out. You share content. You go, hey, wait a minute. You need to go follow that chick, right? That's how that works. This is all about attraction marketing. People buy from who they know, like, and trust. If you try that potato salad, trust me, I made that potato salad for so many other people. It's not even funny. Now, it has a secret ingredient in that my mother taught me. I had to work at that because I had to write the card. My mother told me how to do it by look. So I had to convert that so that it would make sense for you guys and it would actually have the same taste. And sometimes you got to taste it. Sometimes you got to put a little more of the secret ingredient in it. There's actually 2 in there. But you get the recipe card and you get the video. So I showed you how to look at it too and know. So there are those things though that happens in social media. I couldn't just hand you a recipe card and email it to you and go, have fun at it. And then you go, this sucked, right? There's another stream of income. When you're on my team, you get lifetime coaching from me. That comes for free. You're in my team, you get it. I did that other piece of coaching. It's $27. It's another stream of income for me. I have helped other people go live for the first time. See, the reason this works for me is I was in the professional environment and I was accustomed to doing Zoom calls and Microsoft Team calls. This is like me training online, right? I'll get the camera flipped for TikTok much better. And I'll come up with another way to do it. You know what? I might even just do it as a PowerPoint, right? Those are the things that I brought from my professional career to here. People who've never done this before, a live can be a little intimidating. I walk you through that, right? When you're on my team, you get that for free, but anybody else in social media, in any other social media community, they have to pay me for that. That's a stream of income. Now, I'm forming communities. Let me just talk to you about that. I have a community I'm getting ready to launch. I'm hoping to launch by March 1st, right? I get to bring people in. I'm in a group with my millionaire mentor who's working on her 5th and 6th, whatever, 5th million, right? She has additional streams of income. My community will be free, but there will be VIP access within it that charges monthly fees like the cost of a Starbucks cup of coffee, right? Well, where does that $5 goes? To me. It comes to me. Goes to my bank account. Those are the things. Then there will be high ticket items. So Carolyn, the first and foremost, follow me. So anybody who can get into my community, which is free, when I launch, I haven't officially launched. I've got some building to do yet. That's where my head will be for today. So when I said my income earning activities for me will be about 3 hours, that is true, but I'm working on my community. That's additional things. That's not directly related to these 4 streams of income, but you have the ability to do that, right? I have always said that we have to help other people. For those of you who know, my background is in organizational leadership and IT training. I teach people applications. That's what I've done since I was 19. So my team who starts their business with me, you get all of that for free. That's free for you for a lifetime. When I offer high ticket items, my team gets that for free or discounted, depending upon the item and who I have to pay to be the special speaker, right? But you will always get it at a significant affordable discount. That's the benefit of that. There will be other things that we do in there. We saw what happened in North Carolina. We saw what happened in Florida and South Carolina and Tennessee and Kentucky and California and Hawaii, right? Those small businesses, some of them are not coming back. They won't come back. Well, they employed people. Those people got their hands full right now. They can't think about another thing, not one more. They just want shoes on their feet. They want a shirt on their back, and they want to be warm. They want to have food. They want to be safe. They've lived through hell, right? Well, what happens when they look around and they go, I have no way to make money? Who's going to be there to help them? Me and everybody on my team. That's where we're going. Now, if you're laid off and you're struggling, my community, I'll get somebody to come in and help you write resumes. We'll offer that for free. We'll have somebody come in and talk to you about, some of you have been laid off from an industry that may never ever return, right? We talked about John Deere, 16 layoffs. This is stupid. Stupid because they're greedy. Okay? I've talked about this. Let me take it a step further. It's not just that they're greedy. They wanted to go to Mexico. Honestly, don't come for me on the politics. Do not. Okay? I don't care who you are. I don't care what you're going through. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. You're a beautiful human being. You deserve to be able to feed your family. You deserve to be able to survive. You don't deserve this stress. Okay? God's honest truth. I don't care who you are. The numbers on your hair are numbered. God knows the exact number on your head. Okay? Number 2, it matters not who they are, what happened. We saw that those people in North Carolina were abandoned by other human beings. That can't happen anymore. We got to stop that. So I will offer the free things that I can offer. And then there will be other things. How do you become a servant leader? Whoa, that's a training unknown. That's a training that's days, right? Some of it has to come from here. But there are specific things that you got to learn about servant leadership. I want the servant leaders who are going to go help those people. If you're struggling and you can't figure out your unemployment website, I'll help you with that. That's free. They're still struggling. You're right, Carolyn. I'll help you with that for free. I want you to be able to feel like you're safe, right? It's not much, but it's what I can offer based on my experience, based on what I've already lived through. I told you, right? Ask me. You're right. Ask me. You are so correct. People need help. People need help. So the God's honest truth is, I want my team to have the same mindset. I want you to be out there helping people. See, I did Shih Tzu rescue for 10 years. It will change your life. If you've never done that and you have a love for animals, you get the ones that aren't so great. You want them out of your house. Well, why weren't they great? Because they'd been abused, because they'd been starved, because they'd been in a cage their whole life, because they were afraid. Do you know what transforms that? Love. Love. Humans are no different. That's the key. So you got to love people. But here's the thing. This is how you build a community. Yeah, this is how you build. So how are we going to build a community? So I'm in a mentorship. Thank you, Josh, for keeping me straight there. So I'm in a mentorship with my millionaire mentor. She's got 350 of us. She's teaching us how to build these communities. So when you build a community, you offer it for free. Then when people feel like they're standing on their feet, people engage, right? People then purchase the smaller items, and then they grow and they build and they purchase the big ticket items. If you want to improve, you keep growing. That's the thing. Alex Hormozy, who runs School, which is what we use for most digital marketing communities. You get to get in, you get to engage with people, right? But he says you can write your offers in such a way that they wouldn't turn them down. Now, I offer the free things, and then they purchase the big things. Who gets the money? I do. It's additional streams of income. We're teaching you that. Now, I'm looking for the digital marketers. I want 10 digital marketers who are ready to build those communities. You don't have to be perfect at it. You don't even have to have your 6 figures in your first 4 digital marketing businesses. You don't even have to be in legacy builders. I don't care who you are. I want to bring 10 people in. Let's get you started this week. You're going to sit with her too. You'll learn all the secrets that she's got. Hey, thank you, Amy. Thank you all for the follows. That's what we're teaching people. So when I liberate you, see, here's the thing. Do I do this just for the money? No. No. Thank you, Just Off. I appreciate it. I've got to get a new manicure this week. So let me know what colors you guys think. I did this because it was just fun. And I've got this weird wine color on my toes. Here's the thing. At the end of my life, I don't take anything with me, right? I got to stand before one person. I only want to hear one thing. What did I do to help? In the meantime, I got to help my family, right? You do too. That's why I'm so adamant about people starting. Because you can't liberate anybody else from a place of poverty. You can't. Not here. You can't do it. Okay? You can't liberate anybody from a place of poverty. Misery loves company. You know what I'm talking about? Now, you can be in that bad place, right? But get your mind right. That's what you got to do. It's that whole concept of put the oxygen mask on. Put the oxygen mask on yourself before you put it on anybody else. That's the key. Hey, Sean. So that's what I teach people to do. Now, when you're on my team, like I said, you get all my coaching for a lifetime for free. That's what I do. Everybody else in the world has to charge me for it. Now, are there people out here making money on the backs of other people? Absolutely. Let me go back to John Deere. Understand what you're up against, okay? Hey, Shan Q, I saw you hop in here. Give me 1 second. Okay. So, John Deere, 16 rounds of layoffs. They didn't care. They went to Mexico. They wanted more money. They didn't care that all these people had one skill, right? I need one of them. All right. Which one? Oh, the community thing, Josh? I'll get you the information. I got the affiliate link. Get in and get started. You got to go by Friday because she's going to launch something. So, yeah, get in. Get started. And you can build, but she's going to launch to the world this coming week. Or in March, sorry. So if you're ready to do that, get in, get started, get building. It won't take you terribly long, and you got to have a vision too of what you want to do. But all right, let's go back to John Deere. They went to Mexico. They wanted cheap labor. I quite honestly think that they should be tariffed out the yang. I don't care. Whatever China is going to be tariffed, John Deere should have it double, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Here's the thing. They still haven't come back. They're still laying people off. Now, part of that's AI, right? I can't fault them for that. AI's happening a lot of places. So now you got to pivot. But you all know stuff rolls downhill, right? Okay. So let's just talk about, this is the employment part, right? Most people don't understand that John Deere they're also an insurance company. They have health insurance and life insurance. They insure their own employees, right? So they know what's being used. They have access to that. You think they don't? Yes, it's a separate subsidiary, but they also offer those insurance benefits to other companies. The reason I know that is when I worked for MCI, we had John Deere as our healthcare and our life insurance. Now, let's take this a step further. When companies lay people off, they look for three things. They look at longevity. Old job call said, we need you back. Good for you, Josh. So companies look for three things when they're cutting When they use the term operational efficiency or when they're cutting budget, they look for three things. Who's being paid the most? If you've been there a long time, you're probably at top pay grade. Okay, now you go to target. Number 2, are you fully vested in your 401k? If you are, usually takes 5 years, depending upon each company, it might be a little different. If you're fully vested and you're putting in your contribution as the max, they're matching you. They want to get rid of that. Okay. Number 3, you have health insurance and you probably have a family plan. That's expensive to the company. They pay more for a family plan than they do for a single. What are they going to do? They're going to go to a Gen Z. Okay. If you're close to retirement, that also costs them money. So if they get rid of you before you retire, you see where I'm going with this, right? That's why so many people are like 2-3 years from retirement and then they're laid off. That's what happens, right? They don't look at the names. So John Deere laid off a married couple in Dubuque last year. They didn't look at the name. They looked at the longevity. They'd been working there since their late teens, early 20s, right? They're close to retirement. They had a family plan. They had retirement. They were top pay. And both the husband and wife got laid off on the same week, the same day. Well, now you just took every income earning opportunity from that entire family right before Christmas. Do you see why I have no time for them? And I'm the Iowa farm girl. My father only used green. Let's take this a step further. There's a whistleblower here right on TikTok who did a whole big documentary on how much money John Deere made on the back of the American farmer. At Christmas, they put out a commercial. We've been supporting the American farmer for 175 years. Kick rocks. Kick rocks. There's an Oklahoma farmer last year, had a tractor breakdown. He's pulling up hay. When you cut hay, you got to get it up and you got to roll it. And he was shipping it off. $100,000 worth of hay. Right? If you don't get it up off the ground, it rots. He had a rainstorm coming at the end of the week. He knew that. Farmers watch that weather app now. I'm telling you. So his tractor breaks down. He gets the part from Amazon, cost him $75. He puts the part in his tractor. Farmers know how to repair their own stuff. It's only when it gets really complicated that they have to go back to a dealership, right? So puts the part in the tractor, it doesn't work. Why? It needs a code. Who owns the code? John Deere. He calls the dealership. Can you give me the code? Nope, we got to send somebody out. Or you can bring it in. It's broke down in the field. Well, when can you get him out here? A couple weeks. This man's going to lose $100,000 worth of hay because they have a code that they can't manage to give him over a phone so that they can send somebody out 2 weeks later. Are you kidding me? So he calls another dealership. They come out. They put the code in. That's all it took. You know what they charged him? Nearly $1,000. It might have been more. It might have been less than that. Maybe in the 6 to 8 range. But still, what did the code cost him? 2 cents? Honestly. And you wonder why your food costs are high, right? Do you understand what I'm saying here? So this person who did the documentary, $4.3 billion on the back of the American farmer. And then oh yeah, they do. Oh yeah, they did, Jaron Spear. You are so correct. Let's go one step further. It does, you're right. But here's the thing, they do it to you too. So second week of January, my spouse is on vacation. Spouse is a semi-driver, remember? On vacation. Had a blizzard. We had 12 inches of snow here in Springfield. So we had somebody come to take the snow out of our driveway, right? Very dear friend, has a small business. I wanted to support him. His mother is like a second mom to me. That's how important that was. So he comes, my spouse gets in the pickup that my spouse drives back and forth every day to work. 4-wheel drive, Ford F-150. Okay. Pops it in 4-wheel drive. There's 12 inches of snow out there, right? Gets ready to take it out of 4-wheel drive and it won't come out. We now have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. So we parked it. Next morning, this was at night, in the evening. Next morning, well, no, actually, they were still open. That day, that evening, we took it over to the car repair guy down around the corner from our house. He's like family to me too. He's a small business. He says, we'll get it in the morning, look at it. I mean, the mechanic there and the owner are brother-in-law. They're brother-in-laws, right? What do you call cheese that's not yours? Nacho cheese. You're right, Super Tiger. So here's the thing. Ricky looks at it. He calls me back and he says, Lisa, we can put the part in. Okay, go ahead. $138. I'm thinking this is great, right? 4-wheel drive. You know that's a big thing, right? Calls me back. Won't work. Let me guess, Ricky. Does it need a code? I'd already seen the John Deere thing, right? Yeah, it does. And Ford won't give it to us. So I go trucking down there and I called Ford. That dealership is down around the other corner from my house. Now, I've never bought from them. Never. They have suspect sales practices, which is why I don't go there. So it's a Ford F-150, Ken. So I bought this truck in St. Louis. Every other vehicle I've bought from a local dealer out in the country, just about 20 miles from Springfield. So I called the Ford dealership. Now they can see my truck in the system, right? And I called them and I said, I need to bring it in. It probably needs this code. And of course, they're not going to diagnose over the phone. How soon can you get it in? This is the second week of January. My spouse takes it back and forth to work. January 30th. Are you kidding me? So I hung up the phone from them. I called the dealership outside of town, about 20 miles. Hey, this is Lisa Livingston, and this is what happened to the pickup. We didn't buy it here. We bought it in St. Louis this last time. I've bought 4 other trucks from them. Oh, hey, can you bring it in first thing in the morning? We'll have it done by Friday. Shocker. Now, it did need a code, but there was another broken part. So in the end, it cost me about $700. Still significant compared to the $138 that my local guy could have done. Maybe a couple extra $150 for the extra part, but he still would have needed the code. Yeah, you're right, Jaron Spear. Here's the thing. They're squeezing out the small business guy. So that was business that my small business couldn't do, right? All because of a code. So understand, this is why I tell people, you've got to have the other way to make money. Nobody wants to go do another part-time job. I only work, for me, 3 hours. Most people only work 2, right? You okay, Jetty? Most people only work 2, so you can fit this around your 9 to 5. I got to tell you, you've just got to start. When 1 in 20 people who hit my system buy, I don't have to worry about it. Do you know what it's like to wake up in the morning, have this notification on your phone that you had $900 deposited to your bank account? That's the best feeling in the world. Do you know what it's like just to have some silly stream of income that's worth $3, but maybe 20 people bought it? That's huge. Think of the lady with the cookie recipe, right? She charged $3 for the thing. Do you think that when she started that, she just started it as just a little extra spending money, right? And then it turns into $250,000. How many of you are that close? How many of you have a passion? You can create your own e-books or e-products, right? My friend Josh, who's in this room, he just wrote a book. He's going to sell that book as another stream of income. Well, what if he does a whole book study, right? He sets up a community. Now he charges $5 a month for admission for ongoing creative writers, right? Where they can get in and learn skills like he learned. Well, would you pay $5 for a monthly subscription to learn how to write your own book? Well, heck yes, you would. Heck yes, you would. If I offer you the free help you get on your feet, write your resume, right? Maybe you want to go back to a 9 to 5. I don't know why you would, but okay. That certainly helps you, right? What if I did a $5 subscription to allow you to learn the skills to learn to do a live? And he's got book 2 now in the works, right? So Josh can do his community around people who want to do creative writing. Maybe some of you are artists. I have a godson who's a tattoo artist. Believe me, I will be coming to him. I'll have him do things in my community. Maybe you're an aspiring tattoo artist, right? Build a community. It's a long period of time to become a tattoo artist. I'm just going to say it. But he's wanted to do it since he was 19. My spouse and I gave him his first draft table. He still uses it at his house. He had a vision. That's what he wanted to do. He's very successful. He's the #1 tattoo artist in Springfield, Illinois right now, as voted by the public. He's done a lot of my work. He's not done all of my work, but he did these two. He's fantastic. I have some in some hidden places that he did on my legs. Sorry. A beautiful patriotic eagle wing. It's on the side of my leg. You all have those visions. You're just this close. That's the thing. You got to start something. So if you understand this now, we're moving away from 9 to 5s. You got to make one decision. Are you going to start? We teach people how to get that first sale in the first 7 days. Does everybody do it? No. I'm going to be level set honest with you. How did it work for me? How it worked for me was I slow walked myself. Remember what I said? I came out of big tech. We think we're God over there. Just saying. We have big egos. They think the world revolves around them and they know everything, right? This is very different. You got to leave that behind. The applications that I use to create training videos are big, bulky behemoths. They're very expensive. This, much easier, much faster. When you create training videos in big tech, there's no AI behind it. I love this part. I had to learn new skills. I had to leave what I knew behind, right? So I slow walked myself. When I started, I put everything over there and I said, I am going to sit with the most successful people in this business. And that's what I did. I sat with every millionaire. I sat and listened to their lives. I watched their content. I sat with every one of our 6-figure income earners, the ones who were working on their second $500,000. I am friends with many of them, personal friends. Hey, Brian Wilson, where do you think I'm taking my team? See, you meet people as you start and you engage with them. You learn from them too. You learn from everybody. But when I set you on the first path, I'm having you sit in on lives, not mine. You can sit on mine. They're great, right? Not always. Some days I have good days. Some days I not have good days. But success leaves clues. You're right, Josh. I will have you sit in the lives of my friend Victoria, my friend Jessica, my friend Tim. Josh, he's got to unblock me. He still hasn't figured out how to do it. Somebody's going to have to help him. He's not very technical. But he's great at his business. He accidentally blocked me. He thought I was a bot in one of his lives. I know. I sent him an email too. So I'm going to tease him about it now. But I sat in every single one of their lives. Let me just show you. I'm just going to show you. I don't just preach to people. Look, I have notebooks. These are notes from every session that I ever went through. These are the notes of people's lives. What were the things they said? A bot. A bot it's kind of like, you know how, Carolyn, you've seen people who look like scammers? Sometimes they automate those, or sometimes they are scammers. There's somebody behind it, and they mirror themselves like people that have big followings, right? Or growing followings. And so it looks like it's fake. And I said something in his live that he thought was out of characteristic for me, and I was joking with him, but I popped in the live and I thought that I knew where he was at in the conversation, and I said it, and it made it seem like a bot. So then he turned around in his live and he blocked me, and he hasn't figured out how to unblock me, even though I sent him an email. And he's also very busy. He golfs, okay? And I know he's had a couple golf tournaments. So here's the thing, right? Where am I putting you? I'm putting you with them. I want you to learn those skills. I'm also training you how to do a live. I'm training you how to do the content. We teach you how to use AI. You can create AI and create 30 days worth of content. The hooks, the script, the whole thing. If you want to see the worst video you've ever seen in your life, go to my profile. You will see a video pinned at the top, okay? It's the very first video I ever did. It was scripted. I sat right here. My computer was right back over here behind this phone screen, right? And I would read a line, I would pause the video, I would look at it with that goofy grin on my face. Hey, Carolyn, make sure you're following me, and then we can touch base. Oh my God, it was the worst thing ever. Compare that to the video I put up yesterday that says the bathroom message. Do you see how much you grow? I launched my business October 5th. Did I make money my first week? Nope, I didn't. I was still feeling things out. I did one session at the Abraham Lincoln tomb. Oh, dear Lord. It was awful. I thought it would be great, right? You liked that video. Which one? The one yesterday? The one yesterday was kick butt. If I were going to redo it, I need to put a different title on it. It was a bad hook. Bad hook. You learn, right? You just continue to improve. Those are the beauty, but you're learning new skills. So I had to leave the IT world behind, and I sat here and I studied. I launched my business October 5th. I got my first sale in the first month, and I haven't looked back since then. Hey, Wendy Lou, I haven't looked back since then. I'm going to have you sit with those people, look at their content. You know, it's totally okay to take the content they have, like the script on the screen, put it in your own words. I know, right? It's awesome. And I'm doing it on YT too, Wendy, so you can go get the replay today. It'll go up in my YT. So just make sure you're subscribed to my YT. So you get the whole replay. You guys don't get to miss anything anymore now that I'm broadcasting there, right? If you felt like you missed part of the live or you couldn't be here that day, you get the whole replay. And then I'll put shorts out of that. I'll put the biggest hits. So go get on my YT. But here's the thing, right? You grow. When 1 in 20 people buy, you never know who it is. I got so excited my first sale. This is what happened. I was feeding Athena, my shepherd, my young shepherd. She's the one that barked earlier. I was out there mixing her food in the kitchen. My phone went off. I got so excited. I saw it pop up. The payment went in, and I hit it. I wanted the screen capture so I could put it in the video. I got so stinking excited. Do you know what that feeling is like? Do you know what the feeling is like when you wake up in the morning and you got a sale that hit your bank account? And all you did was do 3 to 5 pieces of content, answered a few emails, you copy and pasted some free ads and some free ad websites. That was it. That was it. And then you stop stressing about the rest of the world. Then you get to focus on all the other things. Do you know I'm having the most fun building communities? I haven't launched it yet. I keep talking about it. I'm hoping by the 1st of March, right? I got 2 things in. I got 1 paid item. Everything else is free. And then you guys will get to give input on what you want to see, right? I said I would bring in the person that would help you with interviews if you want to go interview for a 9 to 5. I don't honestly know why anybody would want to do that, right? I will get our 6-figure income earners. They've offered to do those things for free, right? I'll have them come in. We'll do a special coaching session privately. only for my community members. So when I launch the community you want to be in, right? It's going to be free for you to be there. That's just me. But then if the other stuff is for you, great. That's the thing, right? That's what we're doing. If you're not doing those things right now, you're going to be left behind. Now, it's $1.5 billion a day. Just today, right here, all of social media. By 2030, it's 1.5 trillion. Trillion. Do not go to a college and try to take a digital marketing class. They're making the profit, not you. Okay? Here's the other thing. Why did I come here? Why was I in Legacy Builders? A, it's the last one that's master resale rights, meaning you get 100% profit. Nobody above you, nobody below you. Everything else is affiliate. That means there's a percentage coming out going to the person who owns the content. The last one was DWA. Now, parts of it are still MRR, but you had to have already been in. The rest of it is affiliate. Are there people making money over there? Yes, but here's why I'm here. Okay? I did not need tech. I came from big tech. I don't want to build websites. I did not want to spend endless hours watching video after video trying to build this automated system that I paid $29 for to build it myself and then to find out that I may have screwed it up, right? I did not want to do that. It was 95% done. Do you know what I did with it? I copied and pasted my name, 2 payment links, a picture, and a bio. That was it. I paid $29 for that. The other reason I came here is it had 24-hour tech support. Now, it's not one where you pick up the phone and call. You still have to send them a message in school, which is our community. When I had to do that, because I had another payment plan or another payment application on my thing that wasn't working, like they booted me out or whatever, and it didn't work. And I found out about it right before I was going to bed. And so I sent them a message. Within 5 minutes, they responded. And in 30 minutes, we had the issue resolved. Oh, yeah, it's quick. It's fast. Well, and the person I think I contacted was not here in the United States. They were overseas. But like minutes. And in 30 minutes, we had the situation resolved. My customer was on their way. That was how it worked. The fact that I didn't have to build it, the fact that I had tech support. And here's the thing, when you start as a new beginner, they do 3 tech support calls a week. I get mindset training anytime I want it. Everything is recorded in our community. I can sit and listen to the six income, the millionaires and the 6-figure income earners. They give their secrets. We record all those calls. I can go back and listen at any point in time. So you're not just getting into their content, getting into their lives. I'm pointing you in the community. So when you start your business, you have me for an hour. I'm going to point you in the right direction. What's your story? People buy from who they know, like, and trust. That's the best part about it. And then I get to point you in the direction. Where do you want to be? Do you want to earn your first sale in the first 7 days? We all do. Yes. Right. And you're at 100% profit. Does everybody do that? No, I didn't. Everybody's different. Some people have, some people haven't. Have I earned multiples in a week? Yes, I have. We've seen people earn 10,000 in a week. We've seen people earn 900 in a week. Give yourself a little grace. You're learning something new. But then when you hit it, when you just keep going and you just don't give up and you're coachable, you're consistent, and you're committed to yourself, this is what is life-changing. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of it all. So welcome to my living room. Questions, drop them in. You guys get the replay today. I'll let everybody know on social media that the replay is up, and go to remember to go in and subscribe. I'll do that today. And I'm going to continue to broadcast on YT, so you guys will be able to get the replays. I'll do the shorts, and I'll take Opus Clip, and I'll divvy those up. I just had not spent a lot of time doing it. It's now time to do it because I'm getting ready to launch my communities. Right? We're going to go out and change lives. Look, if you're ready to change lives, I'm going to have a merch line. I'm working with one of the people in my community today to do some AI generated icons for myself, right? That's the beauty of this. If you know somebody who's a graphic artist, they want to work with me, I will pay a small fee. I'm not going to pay tons and tons of money. I'm not investing all of that. But I want you to see what's possible. Do you learn how to create your own logos? Yeah, we have applications and training for that too. If you don't want to market on TikTok, you want to go somewhere else, we teach, there's everything. Pinterest, IG, FB, Threads, Flip, all of them, right? They're all out there. Do you need to get your mindset in gear? Absolutely, maybe. Sometimes. I don't have always the wonderful rainbow, sunshine, and unicorn days some days. Yesterday, I had 3.5 hours of sleep. Exactly, Josh. Exactly. And then you figure out how you do it online and do all the things, right? I mean, I got a local guy here. Sometimes it's hard to hold his feet to the fire. So I'm going to reach out to a couple of other people and say, what's your best, right? I'll go find Gary Vaynerchuk. Who did he use for his 40,000 t-shirts? That wasn't, I mean, it was good quality. He doesn't sell junk. That's the key, right? We're teaching you all those things. We teach you, oh, heck, what did I just do? I probably hit a button. It's not going to be good. Hang on 1 second. Yep, got it. All right. Hey, we'll have to connect. Maybe you give me a call or I'll give you a call. He does 3D printing. That'd be great. I mean, I'm looking for all of those things, right? Yeah, made in America. I agree. I'm totally about that because I want to employ the American worker. I don't want to employ somebody in Mexico. They're beautiful people. Take care of your own. Do I own any Tupperware? I have to think about that. Any that I've bought or any that I inherited. Because I got, here's the thing. I got my grandmother's stuff, I got my mother's stuff, and I got my mother-in-law's stuff, and my mother-in-law's mother's stuff. So look, we even had this discussion yesterday. I have my grandmother's silver set. What am I doing it? Yeah, you're right. Right. But some of you have that, right? If you started your own community, you can do those things too. But I don't have that as a business. I failed all those MLMs and all those things. I failed the Amazon, the Mary Kay, the, oh Lord, the diet food in the bags. I did the protein shakes. I did the ones in the cans. That's awesome. Oh, I know, right? And then what do you do with it? We had this discussion yesterday. I saw this great silverware company. I think they make silverware in the colonial style, and it's American-made stainless steel. They're an American company, Liberty Stoneware or something like that. I've been watching them for a while, and I told my spouse yesterday, I said I wanted a set someday. Hang on, Jet's doing her thing over here. I wanted a set, and my spouse looked at me and, well, I got my stuff for my grandma. But I understand there's a special thing there, right? There's a special thing. So there's all of those things. But here's the thing. If you can dream it, if it's something that you're passionate about, just like Josh in his book, you get the first 4. We're teaching you the skills of marketing, and then you go build your dream. That's what we're talking about here. That's the beauty of this. So that's why I do this every single day. And you can even book a one-on-one with me. It's not going to be a long one-on-one, and I want us to get to the point, but my whole thing is, Athena, leave her alone. Athena, don't. She always wants to get up in everybody's face and cuddle, and it just doesn't work. The real one, if I can find a blacksmith, that might be changed, uncharged. Josh, what are you looking for on the blacksmith thing? Because my spouse is a blacksmith. It's a hobby. Learning, but it's still a hobby, has watched every video known to man, and it does. Actually, it's getting warm enough now my spouse can start blacksmithing. Well, what do you think I'm doing? I'm adding a stream of income. There are things that has not done that yet, but we have a friend who does. So I do have a friend. He just did some knives for his wife. Um, Beautiful work, by the way. And we can ask him. He's not far from us. But my spouse has some low cost items for people who want things, right? My spouse builds fireplace pokers and um, small things out of railroad spikes. But yes, that's another stream of income. See, a long time ago, I was looking at how do you build an Etsy shop. I didn't know how to do that. I didn't know the first thing about it. Now I have the skills, right? Some of you have those, right? But we're teaching you how to do the marketing part. So you can build a store, but if you can't market it, nobody gets there. That's the whole key. That's why we do this, right? So I know I spark a lot of that thought, and we're getting close to. We've been here for about 2 hours. We'll probably stay till about 6:30 today, and then I'm going to work on my community stuff. But here's the thing: what are you guys doing over there? That's why we have these lives. That's why I do this every single day. You guys need to decide what's for you. If you're ready to change your life, if you're not wanting to go back to a 9 to 5 that doesn't care about you, if you're tired of building somebody else's dream or tired of feeling like everything you're doing is on your back, you put in the extra time without being paid. How many of you have done that? Thank you, Stephanie. How many of the time? Look, my spouse is the company is the perfect example of the company person. Has been there almost 40 years. Hey, Stephanie Marie, has been there almost 40 years. Today, if somebody was in dire need and my spouse was off the clock and they said, "Hey, can you move this trailer from here to there?" My spouse would jump in the truck. It might take 20 minutes to do it. That's 20 minutes free. 20 minutes free that my spouse is not here or home with us, right? That 20 minutes can make a difference if you're going from your workplace to your home. 1 minute can make a difference. You know that, right? You've all seen those things. How many times have you narrowly missed one of those things? What are you doing on my sweater? Here comes Jet. You'll see her in the replay. She's just right here. I know it's hard on a TikTok, but she's hanging out now with her toys. Just in terms of stuff, Jaren Spear, what do you mean? Clarify for me. And you can send it privately if you want. So here's the thing, right? That 1 minute can make a difference. Made a difference for my nephew. You all know that I lost my nephew, right? My spouse, it's my sister-in-law. My spouse's sister has 2 children, a daughter and a son. He was going to be married in November of 2020. This was March of 2020. His mom called him. We were all at home on the pandemic. And Mom called him and said, "Can you come over? I need you to help me with something." His dad was at work. Gets on his motorcycle. A cement truck driver who was texting her on the phone and driving didn't pay attention, turned into him, and he didn't survive. He was right in front of a preschool. Hey, Puerto Rican family. How many of you tired of that? How many are you tired of the commute yet? I live in Springfield, Illinois. My commute back and forth to work when I had to go out to the well, I can't say that word because it's a giveaway. I'm under an NDA to go back and forth to work. Well, I had to go around on the interstate. It's like really dangerous through there, right? There's always accidents, literally 5-6 times a day. I hated that road. I could go the back way, but it's just as bad the back way, right? Well, in the wintertime, you got to go the back way. Still 20 minutes to work every single day. And that's on a good day in the morning when I get to work, but on the way home, no. One day I had to come home in the middle of an ice storm. A 20-minute drive took me almost 3 hours because they wouldn't let me go. We need you to stay here. I love a bike. Oh, yeah, exactly. You can do that. We teach those skills too, Jaron. Here's the thing. You can do all of that. It's all right here. All you're doing is learning the skills to market. That's all I do. I'm just a marketing person. I don't talk to people. I don't have to do any of that. I don't. I don't. That's the beauty. But you know what? I don't miss a commute. We have this, I don't know, this bug going around, which I think I had the early stages of Saturday morning on my live. I was not feeling it. I'm over it now. I'm fine. But I don't like to go out in public when all that stuff's going around, right? I don't have to. Exactly. That's why we start people right here. You just got to decide, are you paying the 900 to get in plus the 29, or are you coming in on the monthly fee? That's what you got to decide. When you get the first sale out of the way, if your passion is, you still get to market these, right? And you still get 100% profit, but then you can go do the other things too. Just keep adding. That's the thing, right? I don't miss the commute. Do you know I get to go to the grocery store when nobody's there? When we had blizzards, I could go to the grocery store when nobody was there. I got milk and bread. Now, I'm not that person, right? And you get those 4 done for you products. You don't have to build anything. I don't. Excuse me, I don't. I don't build a thing. I got them, and I get to sell them over and over again. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. We have 85-year-olds out here doing this. There's a beautiful lady, and I talk about her every day. Her name is Elma. She goes live after me in the morning. Her eyesight's a little diminished, and she's having a hard time reading the live on her phone, but she just goes at it. She talks about the entire thing. She talks about the entire thing. See, here's the thing. A lot of you come in and listen, and I get it. A lot of you are driving to your 9 to 5s. I get that part. Hang with me for a minute. Everything that you're living through right now is a direct result of what you believe up here and what you believe right here. But life happened to me. I didn't want that to happen. I don't know. What did you do to change your world? Where was your mind before all that happened? Were you embattled with the bully? Oh, believe me, I went through it. There were days. I was trying to keep my mind so positive, but it hurt so badly. My spouse would get home and say, "What did he do today?" And I would just burst into tears. I couldn't even speak about it. I was afraid to. I was afraid to let it get from here. And right here, for me, that's where it all stops, right? To get to here, because I didn't want to be bitter. So I had to go look at other things. See, the thing is, you don't have to have the perfect mindset when you get here, but we're going to teach you how to get it better. You get that as an added bonus. Do you know how much people pay to get a mindset coach? And we have it all here for free. It's all right here. Everything that you could possibly dream of is right here. That's the beautiful part of this. I'm going to tell you what it's worth. Do you know what they paid me in a 9 to 5? Well, let me rephrase. What they pay you in a 9 to 5 is not enough. Do you know my public speaking on what it's worth if I were just to sell that? I'm going to say 5 to 6 figures. In my specialty, 5 to 6 figures. I didn't get to do that. I was stuck in a 9 to 5. Do you know what they charged everybody in the budget? $40 an hour. My friend Cy Wakeman, and you guys have heard me talk about her. She's a beautiful human being. Oh, she's worth every penny that you're going to get from her. Totally worth it. Oh, yeah. I did see that, Josh. I did. I think I did. I have been totally conceived by these pyramid businesses. Exactly. And this is anything but that. I have failed them all, Jaron Spear. I failed every single one. And you know why I did? I had to go to my friends and family on those pyramid things. I had to go to my friends and family, and they either love the product or they usually love the product, right? Or it was too expensive for them. But they never wanted to do the business. Well, the only way you're going to make money is if they do the business, right? because they're never going to buy enough product that you're going to get any sizable money off of. And every single time, everybody be like, oh, you have great public speaking skills. You'd be great at this, right? I hated every bit of it. Here's the funny part. I started putting my content from here up on social media. The last MLM I was in, I bailed on. And I love the product. It was not sustainable for me in my weight loss journey. It wasn't enough food. You need to eat more than that. Anyway, but she's had a great transformation. She finally, after a couple of months of seeing my content on another platform, finally said, I'm glad to see that you found something that works for you. See, she knew. Yeah, good old Avon. You're right. Well, no, it wasn't Avon. It was, I shouldn't use the name. But she saw this. I've known her since I was in college. So I've known her since I was 18 years old, right? And she played softball. I was on the track team in college. And, but she always knew, right? She knew the talent I had. She knew the skill I had. But the MLM was not for me because I don't like sales. I'm great at teaching people how to do it though. But personally for me, I didn't like it. I didn't like that aspect of it. And then you always have that friend, right? Are they a friend? They're an acquaintance. Let me just say. Yeah, I know. I know, right, Apple user? You're totally right. Yeah, it is. It's what it's called. But you always had that acquaintance, right, who expressed interest in the product. Oh, hey, I saw you lost weight on this thing, right? Oh, this is what I did. And then they hemi-hawed around. Hemi-haw, you know that's an Iowa term, right? Hemi-haw. I'll have to use that in some content, Josh. Feel free to use it. See, I give Josh rainbow vacuums. Oh my gosh, I forgot about those. You know what? It was a great concept, but those were the worst things in the world. Nobody wanted to empty a bunch of dirt and water. My mom bought one of those. I swear, every time a vacuum salesman came to the door at our house, my mother would buy the vacuum. Oh, look, I did the $1,000, what is it, $1,500 Kirby thing. Oh my God. That thing. And you know what? Here's what I'm going to tell you. If ever you've had to have a hysterectomy and you have a Kirby, 6 months. Do not touch that thing for 6 months. Sharon Spear. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So, but you always had that friend who hemi-hawed around, right? Oh, I know, right, Bridget? See, you guys get all the benefit of this craziness that I talk about too. Here's the thing. You always had that friend who was going to hemi-haw around and you thought they were going to go. You thought they were going to go. You thought they were going to go. And they had to come in at a certain level for you to even be profitable at it. And then at the last minute, they bailed. See, and they strung you along. See, I think there are just some people, they never intended, they just drug it. I've had those. They're still acquaintances. That's all they'll ever be. That's all they're going to be. But here's what I'm going to say. You know what happens? And I said this in content. I gave her a shout out. She's a very dear friend. My spouse, I've known her since I moved here. My spouse has known her for much longer. I said 2 sacks of horsetail yesterday to my son. That's hilarious. 2 shacks of a horsetail. 2 shakes. I got it. Yeah. So a very dear friend of mine, she does our taxes. She also owns, she's got a bar and a restaurant. So she understands multiple streams of income. That's not just her only streams of income, I'll tell you. Now, every time I put up a piece of content, you know what she does? She turns around, she tags somebody that she knows needs a new start. See, when your tax person understands that, see, I don't have to worry about my taxes. Now, I have a personal mentor, right, in Legacy Builders. I have done personal coaching with her. I needed her to make it simple for me. You can use AI. You saw my AI thing up there, right? I still use AI. I still create content. I just have to put it in my own words, okay? So I told you it's the pinned video in the gray t-shirt up there. You can go look at it, have a great laugh, do all the things. That's where I started. Go to my video from yesterday that says bathroom message. You're going to see a distinct difference. Does every video fly the same? No, it doesn't. You learn. And you learn and you laugh, right? You learn and you laugh. And you learn and you grow. And you learn and not take yourself so seriously. You learn and give yourself grace. And you learn and you love yourself. See, here's the thing. This isn't just a business just to make money on the backs of people. I get to meet beautiful people. Do you know how many people have made my day by something they put in content or something they said in my live? Even my followers. I have followers who go, "Look, were you feeling okay today?" No, I had something on my mind. They knew. They can tell. You all can tell, right? But when you have that and you have that family environment, that's what makes this beautiful. See, I was losing my soul in that last 9 to 5. I know some of you are there. Oh, dear God, does nobody appreciate the work that you do? See, you can't pour from an empty cup. I had a team of people under me. I've talked about this. I took every day and I called them. Every single day I called them. And I said, "What challenges did you run into yesterday?" And they would tell me, "What do you need my help with?" Right? "Hey, Teresa, what do you need my help with?" "I think I got it handled." "Okay, but if you need my help, let me know. You can always call me, even in the middle of the night if you have to, because we're on call 24/7. We had to be there 24/7. Primerica meetings were surreal. It was like the intro to The Price is Right. Really? Well, that used to be at when I first started at MCI. We'd have breakfast every morning. We'd have a big cheering thing, and then yeah, it went away. They would give apples and donuts and all the things, right? You walked into work, that's what you got. Those days are gone, long gone. But I called my team and I'd say, "Hey, I noticed what you did in that email yesterday. Thank you for doing that." I would go and find every morning, first thing before I started my day, I'd go and see what they did. I'd look at all the emails they copied me on, and I would find the positive things that I knew would boost their ego. And I would call them every day and I would say, "You know what, Matt? Thank you for taking care of that the way that you did that. Thank you for your servant leadership." You know how much work I got out of them? I could have asked them to do anything. I wouldn't have, right? But if I needed them to come in and spend extra hours, they would do it. But then when it came to important things for them, like I knew they were leaving on vacation after that Friday, I'd call them at noon and say, "Take the rest of the afternoon off. I know you're going on vacation." See, that's what leaders do. If I needed them to come in after hours, they never balked. They never complained. They never did any of that. Why? Because I gave them other things. I put back into their heart. See, when you're doing that as servant leaders, there's a difference. I've heard a lot of people who, "Oh, get my coaching thing and do this, that, do the other thing." And I think that's all wonderful. And you can tell the difference. There's ones who are like, "Well, buy my $29 app." Okay, what am I getting for that? And then the next thing I see is all the other things in their house, right? TikTok creators and shop and all that stuff. That's great. But are you feeding into my soul? Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you're on my team, I want to see that you're doing that too. Is every day great for you? Not necessarily. Some days are better than others. I had one of the people on my team last week. She's working on building her thing. She's copying and pasting her thing in. And I said, "How did it go?" Because she felt like she wasn't technical. She said, "Oh my God, it was so easy. I didn't realize it would be that easy." I said, "Okay, well, if you need help, let me know." Oh my gosh. She texted me the next day. She goes, "That was beautiful." And that was all she texted me. That's great. It's what she needed. Did it cost me anything? No, not at all. Did it interrupt anything I was doing? No, no. That's why when I start with you, oh, no, no, I know the law of attraction, Wendy. It is. You are so absolutely right. Yes, I have spent many years practicing the law of attraction too. There's a very healthy mix between that and making sure that God's a part of all of it too. Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. And I've read so many books, and listened to so many things. Oh, it's fantastic. But it's all about mindset. So when I go back and I talk about Laura St. John, so here's what you do. You're going to go, Jaron Run, go to my profile right there. Okay. When you click it, you're going to look down a little bit. And you're going to see where it says Stan Store, STAN STOR. Okay. You got to start your business. That's how you get my team. Okay. You can come in at 900 or you can come in at the monthly fee. Doesn't matter. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going one step further for you. If you're going to start my team, you start it today, I'll reimburse your $29 website fee. Now, the system will make you pay it. I can't manipulate the way that the system works. We talked about the Freedom Machine, right? We talked about the automation. I will Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal you the $29 website fee. Okay? Now, I'll even go one step further for you. If you want to start your business today, I'll do the same for your GoDaddy fee. It's roughly about $25. I'll send you $25. I'm just more concerned about people starting, because here's the thing. If you don't change what you're doing right now, right here, right now, if you don't change it, it's never going to change. If you don't take one step forward, you got to consider yourself valuable enough to take that step forward. That's the key. That's the total key. So I'll do that. I'll help people, right? Then I'm going to get on a phone call with you. We're going to talk about what's your perfect customer, who identifies with your story, right? We're going to talk about that. Where do you want to be? Right now, we're teaching people how to make $30,000 in 90 days. We walk you straight through the training. That's the God's honest truth. Come March, things are going to, basically what Michelle said in her live yesterday, because I get on, remember I said I follow my millionaires, my six-figure income earners. She said, Master Resale Rights is going to go 2.0 come March. Where are you going to be? That will be the beginning of transformation. See, Legacy is the last of the Master Resale Rights programs. Everything else is affiliate. So it's the last of where you're going to make 100% profit. Where do you want to be? There's 50,000 people in this community. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. I have one of those other programs, and I'm affiliate for it. It's a nice program. It's one stream of income. One. Now I get to build, but I would have had to have built my own site. I would have had to have built my own automated system. I didn't want to do that. And there are other things, right? So if you want to understand what I did, in my profile, there's a Stan Store. I pulled that from the other place because I was adding the recipe stuff. So I wanted that technology. Okay. I could have done it another way. It probably wouldn't have been as clean. Do you know that Stan Store has a monthly fee? Nobody wants that. We teach you how to do it as low cost as possible. Nobody wants that. I wouldn't want that for a new beginner. I have it for me. It works for me. But eventually I'll probably get rid of it. Honestly, and I'll move to something that's free, because nobody wants a monthly fee. I don't have monthly fees with my Legacy Builder. I don't. I paid my one-time $900. I paid my one-time $29. Now, the only fee that I have that's recurring is GoDaddy, but that comes in September. That's it. That's it. And the rest of it is beautiful. YouTube makes my lip look weird. So when you guys get this replay, it's going to look really weird. And you're going to see the couch full of dog toys. I'm just saying. So there's things I got to change, but it's just me. I'm a human being. I have 5 dogs. Do you think I have the cleanest house in the world? I do. But I also have dog hair. Just saying. I'm just a human being, just like you. Do you have to have a perfect environment? Nope. Nope. Not at all. You guys probably see when I do my content in my kitchen, I'm remodeling. I haven't put the air conditioning vent back up on the ceiling, so it looks like there's a big hole in my kitchen. I need to get the ladder out and put the dang thing back up. That's probably what I'll do today. Look, you don't have to be polished. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be you, because people relate to you. You know, some of you have passions for cooking. That's great. Do you know there's a creator here? She does all of her lives in her kitchen and she cooks something every single day she does a live. It works. It's a beautiful thing. I'm a friend of hers. I have better friends here in social media than I do in personal life. Well, no, let me rephrase. I have some very dear friends in personal life. The people that I have here who are business associates in social media, much better coworkers than I've had in most of my career. Big rig. There's my buddy Tony. Tony, are you driving today or are you sitting stationary? See, this is my buddy Tony. He has a business and he's a full-time truck driver. He's out on the road all the time. That nobody is going to agree with me. Exactly, Jaron Spear. That's why I say I just point out the obvious. Don't come for me on the politics because everybody's a beautiful human being. I can agree to disagree, but does that devalue you as a person? No. See, we've gotten into this place. I saw somebody last week, right? Exactly. He's driving. See, he's listening though. He's listening. This is my beautiful friend Tony. He has a business and he just had two grandbabies born. They were twins, a boy and a girl, right, Tony? See, how cool is that? You know why he's doing this business? He wants to be home with his grandkids. How many of you want that? That's the thing. I want more time with my spouse. You know what I love to do? I don't want a blacksmith. I just don't, but I love to watch it. I love to watch my spouse do it. I love the fact that my spouse comes in and has black soot all over the face. Do I appreciate the black soot on the clothing? No, but I wash those separately. But you know what? It brings joy to my spouse. I love to go watch. So do all the dogs. They love being out there. I don't have any dogs in the house when my spouse is out doing that thing because they're all out there with my spouse having a fun time, running through the yard doing their thing. I have to keep them out of the blacksmith shop. You know, we built it out of pallets, right? It was nothing fancy. We're just people. You're just people. But people need to hear your story. That's why we do what we do. But now you just got to start. And if you're afraid, I get it. I was afraid too. Look at the first video. It's a hoot. I look at it and laugh now. The spouse even got in finally yesterday. My spouse is not really much into social media on here. You know what? I have nothing to hide. I've made my own mistakes in life. Did I screw up a lot of things? Yeah, I did. Am I the perfect person? Nope. But you know what? I'm striving to be better every day. And you know what? I'm blessed. I'm above ground today. I'm blessed. God loves me today. And he will love me tomorrow. He will love me in my mistakes. He'll love me in my victories. And I owe everything to that. Hey, thank you, Tony. I appreciate that. See, and I love the fact that he just does it from his truck and his cute little puppies. He's got cute puppies. Hey, Pamela Yanner, good morning. I'm just me and I'm just real. Do sometimes I swear? Yep, I had one yesterday. I call it a sentence enhancer. Am I a perfect Christian? Nope. Is anybody? Nope. Nope. Mm-mm. I was raised. Ugh. It was not a very strict home. It was a loving home. But here's the thing. I've always known who my savior was. I've always known where I would be. Did I fall? Did I go other directions? Absolutely, I did. Yep. Was I a rebellious teenager sometimes? Not so much a teenager, but as a young adult. Yep. Yep, I was. Learn lessons the hard way. Sometimes we have to be a little hard-headed. But you know what? When you know, and you move the things, then you hear the other things, right? You just learn to do what you do and you do the best you can do. I'm not perfect. Never will be. And that's okay. But I'm here for somebody I've said something to. The thing is, and I heard this morning, and I follow a lot of business people. I have the TV on business all day long. It's just running in the background while I'm working on other things like building my community. But here's the thing. I heard something this morning. And I'm going to end with this because I got to eat some breakfast here. Right where we're at. I heard it from Myron. Is it Myron Byron's? I think that's where I heard it. The culmination of everything, this is what he said, and I'm going to leave it with this today. I heard it in a video this morning while I was getting ready for the live. The culmination of everything that we're experiencing right now is a combination of the belief in our head and what we've allowed to get into our heart. What we're experiencing right now. And, oh, but Lisa, life isn't fair, but they laid me off. Well, okay. What were you praying for before that? Did you pray for God to give you a change? Were you praying for more money? Were you living paycheck to paycheck? Was this layoff to catapult you into something new? Are you finally sick and tired of being sick and tired? Did you pray for a sign? How many videos did you say, well, that can't be it. That can't be it. And then you hopped in live and you didn't know why you were here? Yeah, we need a plan B. You're right, Tony. We do. We need a plan B. Maybe you didn't know why you were here. Maybe there was one sentence I said today. But we got to stop thinking that everything in life is by chance. Well, it was they laid me off. I don't know. Did your performance suck? You got to be honest about those things. Now, here's the thing, right? I had a bully who kept sabotaging everything I did. Did it make me look crabby? Sometimes. I was frustrated. Did I still work my butt off? Yep. But could I have acted better? Yeah, maybe. I was under stress. Did I need a change? I was miserable. Yeah. I had not applied for any jobs. I knew what the market was, right? What was I going to get? And I'm already looking overqualified because I have letters before my name and letters after my name. I had one choice. One choice. Either I continue to beat my head against a wall and apply for all these jobs that I'm going to get weeded out because of AI and because of my age and because I'm overqualified, right? Or I can choose to learn something new. Was that scary? Absolutely it was. It was scary. Has it been the best decision of my life? Oh, absolutely. Am I making six figures yet? No. I launched in October, but I'm pretty dang close. So where are you going to go? What are you going to do? If you're facing that layoff or you've been laid off, you don't have much time. Because at some point, you're going to get to that depression level. I talked about this yesterday in my video. So go find it. It's the one that says bathroom message. It was from yesterday. I gave you every tip I knew from what I experienced in my 3 layoffs. You don't have much time when you've been laid off. You first got to apply for the unemployment. Don't sit back and go, oh, hey, I got 8 months of severance from the federal government. That is going to go about as fast as 3 months. Because some of you are probably already in credit card debt. Some of you have mortgages. Some of you have car payments. Some of you are upside down on those car payments, right? That's going to go quick. What are you going to do now? Because that job ain't coming. Are you needing to go out? I'm going to have to go, guys. So we're going to wrap this up. You guys can book a one-on-one for free if you want. That's fine. But more importantly, just start. Then you get me for an hour. Oh, hey, give me a second. I need to get up and let her out. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to come right back. I know you. I know. Hang on, guys. She's got to go. I know. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. If she's going to chew up an opossum, it might be a different thing. But let me finish this up, and then we're gonna end for the day. Thank you all for hanging with me today. You guys can get the replay. Sorry about that. All right. Hey, it's just my life. I'm home. I'm a stay-at-home dog mom, and that's a beautiful thing. Here's the thing, that severance isn't going to last that long. I'm just going to tell you. And it's going to be harder and harder to find jobs because of AI. So you got one choice to make now. Are you going to come in at 900? Use your severance. Don't wait. Just use it. I will do happy hours on Fridays. And then when I launch my community, it'll be encapsulated. So it may be in TikTok and it may be broadcast in my community. I'm hoping to have that launched by the 1st. But I will probably go live at noon. Does that work? Or do you guys need me to do it later in the afternoon? You guys tell me. Does like 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock work better for you guys? I mean, I can do it that way. Make sure you follow me, Christy. I'm going to get it launched here. That's my big bulk of work today. I want to get it up and running. I've got a funnel to make for it. And then I've got a couple other things. So let me just leave you with this. If you're laid off and you get a severance, great. Use it, start your business, get to 100% profit, make better money than you're going to make from unemployment. Then you don't have to chew up your severance, okay? If you can't do the 900, get in at the monthly fee. When you start your business today, I'm reimbursing the $29 website fee and the GoDaddy fee. Then you get me for an hour of coaching. We'll get you started, and then you have the rest of my stuff for free for a lifetime. That's it. And then we're going to teach you all the skills. If you're more successful than me, I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled with that. I've spent my whole career doing that. My very first training class, you want to understand? Very first training class I ever did. Do you know out of a class of 40 people, 20 of them were their own CEOs of their own companies? That's my biggest testament right there. That's the stuff I love. That being said, everybody, have a wonderful Monday. I will go live later today. It'll probably be in that. I'll wait till the spouse gets home and then I'll try to do a live. I'll be outside. It's going to be nice today. So that being said, have a blessed day, everybody. Thank you.